live now.
Oh, you have to hit the button.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, so we're live now.
Yes.
All right, wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, welcome to AEW All Out 2000 and what year is it? 21. L-I-V-E Live, Dan Marty, along with my partner in crime, the one and only Captain Lou, who's already ready to leave. He doesn't like it so much. I don't want to let Joey down or anything.
No.
Oh, what the fuck was that?
It's buffering.
One of those days, folks. One of those days. Did I just trip over or what? No, there it is. All right. All right, what do we got going on in the chat, Captain Lou?
Nothing.
Nothing. No one is in the room.
Roy Baptiste, when I said we're going live momentarily, Roy Baptiste said, take your time, Dan.
Thank you, Roy. We appreciate your patience.
Yes.
It's live in Chicago, Illinois. Our good friend Oscar is there as we speak, who you're going to be with
Yes.
in less than a week's time. The man on a mission.
He's from Chicago?
He resides near there now. I believe he is somewhere in New York City is where he's from.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get all this out of my pockets now. Charlie Wilson, nowhere to be found. We don't know. We miss him. We wish he was here.
Yeah, it's buffering a little bit. We only got 16 people watching now.
What is buffering?
The live stream is buffering.
The live stream is buffering. Well, that's good to know. We do run into that problem from time to time.
Okay.
If you hit the refresh button, does anything happen?
Let's see.
Probably just on your end. The internet's crappy out here.
Okay.
What about if you plug it in, Captain?
Yeah, sure. Does it reach all the way here?
I'm going to guess no. No, don't pull it hard.
Sorry.
Or maybe is it this thing that's
sorry.
I think it's supposed to be this thing. Does that the hard wire? What an opening contest we have here. Miro and Eddie Kingston. I would end this one in about 3 minutes. It should be a quick, decisive victory for Miro. I would not give Eddie Kingston too much. In this pundit's opinion, what do you guys think? One of AEW's big four events. Unlike WWE, they take their time. They build them up. They make you want to see them.
Hootie Girl 96. Sorry, didn't mean to get your username wrong. Said Dan will give Oscar $15 for an interview.
I'll give Oscar $50 for an interview.
1-5.
I'll give Oscar $15 for an interview. Now, I wonder how what was the name again?
Hootie Girl. 96.
I wonder how Hootie Girl would know that. Or why Hootie Girl would think that. This match has already gone too long, in my opinion.
Okay, so Victor Murphy has an interesting... Welcome to Venmo, Dan. I always wanted to ask, is eBay and live streams the only way to obtain Boston wrestling merchandise from you?
Is eBay and what?
And the live streams the only way to obtain wrestling merchandise from you?
You could send us an email and save us a few bucks on all those fees.
Yeah, send them a Venmo for however much it costs, right? And then with an address.
Or send us an email and we can figure out what it would work out to. Captain Lou is the man that knows all about this Venmo. I know PayPal takes significant fees. I know eBay takes significant fees. Everybody, granted, they do give us the platform to present this great merchandise, but, we're trying to stay alive, baby. We got a big weekend. We headed to Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, for the 55th Cauliflower Alley Club reunion.
City of Sin. Me and Dan about to tear it up. Well.
Have to talk to Den Fan about that. I think he's already there. I think after he finished off Emma, he said, why bother coming home?
Jade Cherry wants to know where we're located.
Where we what?
Where we're located.
We are located in, believe it or not, where the name of the channel is Boston Wrestling in Boston, or probably about 5 or 6 miles north?
Yes.
All right, well.
North Shore.
We got John C. Riley in the control room tonight. Howard Miller and the Joke Man MIA. We had 3 wild days with Marty Jannetty. 4 if you count his transportation issues. We had Just Incredible last Sunday. This coming Wednesday, the man, the myth, the legend, old Johnny Cash himself John Cena Sr. will be back here in the studio. Dave was a big help this week. I spoke to John C's good friend, Fancia. She's looking forward to returning to the studio. Fancina? Which one, C? C? Fancina or Fancia? Or France? Which one? Like I can tell through that glass window. Fancina. Well, we're looking. You've never met Fancina.
No.
Well, she was part of a great crew that John C. was with several years back. Now, what do you think of Mero? He was someone that AEW plucked from WWE after he was released.
I don't know. I don't find these matches very entertaining.
Why is that?
I'm watching it and I don't know. It doesn't catch my attention. That's it.
Saturday night's main event number 2 did.
Well, the big guys did.
The big guys.
Andre and
you like the size.
I like the size.
Oh, that's what she said. All right.
Filthy mind.
Well, to me, the man in the black outfit is not all that impressive. Eddie Kingston. He kind of looks like the average Joe you'd see on the street.
So you're not impressed by him at all?
No.
Okay.
Mary, great verbal promo, but as far as his in-ring ability goes, not as much. Mero, one of the great athletes in professional wrestling, as we have a little, what's the terminology the cool kids would use right now on the screen?
No cap. Buffering?
That was what we were looking for, yeah.
Oh, Victor wants to know, he asked about the merch because he thinks the items in the background look great.
Victor, are you looking for anything in particular, brother?
Yeah.
Remember on Clash of the Champions, no.
Off top? He said off top. Like this?
Off to Fabo Pop?
Off top. Or like the action figures? I don't know. And yeah, Victor says he wants to make it to a Cauliflower Alley Club event.
You'll have the time of your life.
He says way in the background, so I think he likes the action figures. And stuff
Or
like
posters or books, or there's a lot of things way in the background. You got to narrow it down, Victor. Help us out, brother.
The figures. He likes the figures.
The figures. Who are you looking for?
Yeah.
All in hard protective casing. You guys think this one has gone too long already? I just don't see the credibility in Eddie Kingston as an active competitor. And to make Mero even give him an ounce of credibility, I think is a waste of Mero. One man's opinion. Daddy Warbucks Lou over here seems to agree.
Yeah.
Daddy Warbucks Lou.
I like that nickname.
You like that?
I have Warbucks.
Yeah, well, you got a lot of bucks flowing out of those pockets from what I've heard. I don't know if you're a daddy or not yet, though. But I don't want to get Mrs. Lou worried, so I'll leave it at that.
No. He says the sodas and chocolate are from John Cena, correct?
Yes, they are part of the John Cena Sr. Collection of goods.
He says he likes the fancy sodas. Which flavor do you recommend?
I don't think I've ever had one. I know there's 6 different flavors. Is there a particular flavor you like? I know there is a, what's this one now? I have no idea because they don't have names on them. I know there's a root beer. I know there's an orange.
This one's raspberry lime.
Raspberry lime. How do you know that?
It says it right here.
Oh. The green one says nothing.
Really? I see.
Let's hope we don't drop any like a certain someone did one afternoon. I won't name his name, but he's on the set.
It's the $1 million. That's the flavor.
Oh, yeah, you're right. This one says cream soda. Okay, so I guess the green ones, maybe they're a limited money edition. I don't know. I don't know what the green is. Maybe like, what would green be under normal soda circumstances?
Like lime? Or green apple?
Lime, yeah.
Green apple, yeah.
Are you interested in some Fabo soda? for your next pay-per-view party, Victor, or whoever asked the
There's
question?
Victor, yeah. The orange one stands out.
The orange one stands out. Well, it is probably the brightest of the Fabo Pop.
Yeah. I'll zoom in on the background and let you know if I find something I like. Okay. He's going to zoom in on me and try to
He's
buy
got him
me.
in the accolade, or whatever he calls it here in AEW. And this should be it. Stick a fork in Eddie Kingston. This would not be what I would have oh, my dear Lord. Ugh. That's all I have to say, Captain Lewis. You don't even know who these people even are, and you're looking.
No idea.
And along with a little buffering. Who's getting some buffering at home? Is AEW that hot of a ticket tonight?
Jacob says he's looking forward to MJF versus Jericho. Oh, we got $10 from Lazy Bum.
Bum, there's nothing lazy about you, brother. You help the machine keep on turning. That is Boston Wrestling as we try and entertain. We will be back next Sunday night. We're not 100% sure if we're going to be live or not. In a worst case scenario, we'll be back with a watch along for Saturday night's main event number 2 from NBC from back in 1985. Best case scenario, we're going to be LIVE live from Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on your preference, I guess. I am growingly getting agitated. But just as I say I'm getting agitated, the TV must have heard me, and it came back to life.
We should try to get outside more at Sin City for the fans, you know. We'll show them around, you know what I'm saying?
Is there any fan in the room that thinks Eddie Kingston has a shot? I want to know that, Lou.
I don't know. Let's see.
Or Poke, as some of them like to call you.
I'm Team Boston, not Monkey in the Zero. Does that mean anything?
I'm Team Boston, not Monkey in the Zero?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to guess he means those 2 clowns in New York. Oh, that low blow. Oh. Like he needed a low blow to finish this one off. And he still hasn't even sold the kick or the low blow. Oh. Oh. Terrible.
Should we tell them about my upcoming trivia show?
Well, from what you know of it, yes. Why don't you explain it to them? Because it's kind of a surprise to me, too.
Okay, well, I'm going to have an upcoming trivia show, fans. I want to know what you think of it. It's going to be very casual at first. We're going to stimulate, like, participation in the... Whoa! Hey, don't give me that look. Don't give me that look.
What kind of stimulation?
We want participation in the live chat. Okay,
well, there's a difference
dirty.
between participation and stimulation.
Well, yeah, but stimulate's also a verb. Okay, right? But yeah, and I'm gonna write some questions every episode. We're gonna ask it, and then you guys, whoever answers first in the chat, you know, we're going to do awards and prizes, but we're going to start real simple. So I just want to know what the fans think about that.
How simple are we talking?
Like, really, just right off the bat, like, probably no prizes just right off the bat, so it's that simple. But we'll, like, write the fans' names on, like, a whiteboard or something and, like, keep track of the points, like, who's scoring the most and stuff like that.
Have you decided what night of the week this is going to air?
I think Wednesday would be good.
You want to go head-to-head with AEW Dynamite?
So maybe a Tuesday? What's
the only night of the week there really isn't a live wrestling first-run show would be Thursday, but you think maybe we'd do better head-to-head while the fans are on social media buzzing about that night's wrestling show?
See, I want to make it quick, like 20, 30 minutes max. You know,
that's it. You want this to be a quick show.
Quick show.
That in and out.
In and out.
Oh, that's what she said. That's what she said.
That in and out. Quick.
In and out.
Yep.
Well, like I said, I really wasn't involved in the thought-making process. I know you and some of the benefactors behind the scenes have been discussing this.
It's true.
Far more than I. Who is your co-host going to be?
We're probably going to have Alex help out. I've not.
Fan?
Yeah, Fan's going to help out. Maybe I'll reach out to the woman I had on my podcast. Yes, maybe.
Not to be confused with the Japanese deathmatch star.
No.
Not that Onita.
No.
All right.
But yeah. We're going to put together a team.
And when is this going to debut?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe in Vegas. Maybe we'll
We're
debut it in
going to
Vegas.
debut it in Vegas.
That wouldn't be such a bad idea.
And what prizes are we going to have for the fans in Vegas to send
We're
them?
going to start with no prizes.
There's going to be no prizes.
But just
to
shout
really
outs.
make this a stimulating show. What can I win by watching it? Well, you can win nothing.
We're just gonna test it out. Okay, see how people like it. See what works and what doesn't. That's what I discussed with our benefact, our mutual friend.
All right.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, there could be prizes if we want. I could print out some 8x10s of pictures of me, and if the fans really want that.
What about John C. Reilly?
I don't know if John C. Reilly would be comfortable.
No,
with that.
how do you know? John, would you be comfortable being a prize on this trivia show? Would you like to be a prize?
How do you mean?
Well, I guess we're doing a new trivia show starting live weekly later in September. Would you like to be one of the prizes that the fans can win? Well, he hasn't said no, so I mean, I guess.
The John, say no. Say no. I'm warning you right now.
I don't know if that means you'd be locked up in someone's basement or. I don't know. Maybe they'd want a lock of your hair.
I was thinking that.
Would you be willing to give one of those away?
Yeah, I'm sure I can find one.
Really? Really?
If somebody wants that as a prize, I'm willing to give it away.
Have you ever been seen on this show before?
Not full body. I think
Only
I've walked-
partial body.
I think I've walked past in the background or like handed you something.
But you've never sat down and chatted.
Yeah, I've never been in the chair.
The chair.
The chair.
All right. Well, fans, if you'd like a lock of John C. Reilly's hair as one of the prizes, let us know. Do you think it should be multiple prizes? I know I kind of gave my thought at one point of one prize at the end of the night. Almost maybe like a raffle. Every person is entered into a raffle, and then at the end of the night.
See, that's not a bad idea, but I just want, like, for the first episode, I want to be something really simple.
Simple.
Something, and then we can build off
Simplicity.
of it going forward. Like,
well, what have the fans had to say about it?
They said, I like Lou. He's getting over. So
Lou is getting over.
I don't know what that means.
More than Quincy on Thursday, though.
Yeah. Let's see. Someone said, "Oh, so a game show about nothing." So I don't know what that means. But
I'm gonna guess they meant it was a game show with no prizes.
That's fair. Okay. See, there should.
I'm gonna guess that's what they meant.
So do you think there should
I'm
be
getting
a
ready to
prize
get up
episode
and yell
one?
at the TV again, and then I know it's gonna unbuffer. What did you say? Look at that, and unbuffered.
A game show about nothing. That's what that. There wasn't many comments. They were very focused on the
event itself.
event. But Lazy Bump said, "I'm a fan of AEW, but I'm not $49.99 AEW fan."
Well, that's why you got us, Lazy Bum. They don't need your $50.
No.
You can have fun with us. We'll give you the blow-by-blow. It's John Moxley, fresh off of winning I think it was the GCW championship last night. You can tell by the cut on his arm.
Fox
Getting
said,
ready to
"No, I meant a game show with no answers, like his first go around."
Like what?
He said, "No, I meant a game show with no answers."
A game show with no answers.
I think he's.
Now, that's even more
this.
bizarre than a game show with no prizes.
Yeah, but there's going to be answers on this game show.
Now, what questions are you going to ask?
Probably I'll do a theme like 80s wrestling, and then like pick a year, 81. And then
now, you and Fan, you're going to come up with the questions together?
I'll get Charlie involved.
Charlie Wilson, another one that vanished like a thief in the night tonight.
He did not vanish. I mean, is he?
He ran out of here with $20 bills falling out of his pocket.
Is this Charlie's job? He doesn't have to be here.
Well, I'm not going to say anything. I know sometimes he like to goes by Charles when he's a big shot. 30-year veteran competing here on AEW All Out. Sold out in Chi-Town. Much like it's going to be at the CAC next week. I'm looking forward to my turkey sandwich now. It's part of the bologna blowout, which I'm sure you've been to many in your life of, Lou. Are you a baloney blowout guy?
No,
Why is that?
I don't even know what that means.
It's the baloney blowout. That's what we have on Tuesday nights.
I don't know what that means.
We have
Bologna?
cold cut sandwiches.
Oh no, I'm not. No,
You're not even going to eat.
that's
No.
processed meat.
Huh?
Carcinogen.
What?
Processed meat. It's like causes cancer.
You think you're going to... You think you're going to get cancer from the baloney blowout?
I mean, like processed meat like that does actually cause cancer. Like it's what.
How do you know it's processed and not fresh?
Bologna, ham, all that shit's processed.
All cold cuts.
Yes.
So you think Cecil the Lion could be in rough shape working at the deli over at Shaw's?
I mean, those cold cuts are processed meats and they cause cancer. Carcinogens. I stay away from all those.
John C., are you worried about this now? All of these processed meats in the delis.
Processed meat in the deli?
That cause cancer, apparently.
Where's this coming from?
I said it.
Captain Lou.
I don't think pork maybe, but
Pork.
I've done
John
my
C.'s
research.
only worried about the pork.
what? There's like a ton of plastic in pork.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I'm...
Pig feed at like factory farms, they get sent like leftover bread and stuff, and they just shred it up whole in the bag. So they're
Oh, so they're eating the bag, too.
yeah. The pigs just eat like
Yeah.
pieces of plastic mixed with bread.
Well, I'm glad I'm not a pork fan after hearing this. But where, there is a connection to you in certain delis, are you worried that there could be cancer coming into your home?
For cold cuts, I wouldn't say particularly so.
No. Well, Lou is worried. He said there is no baloney blowout for him as a result of it.
I've done my research.
You
There you
don't
go.
like cold cuts at all?
Not at all, but like
Very little.
I don't eat them that often.
There you go.
Well, I'm learning an awful lot tonight during AEW All Out.
Do you think Daniel Bryan will make his debut tonight?
That is the big rumor going around the world of professional wrestling. I tell you this, it could blow the roof off of this venue in Chicago, much like we will Saturday night, November the 13th, Memorial Hall, Melrose, Massachusetts, when we go back to the 80s celebrating 20 years of Boston Wrestling MWF, about as long as you've been alive, Lou.
They're saying I look like Bella, someone's twins. Let's see.
You look like Bella, someone's twin.
Oh, see.
Is it like
Hakeem
fill in the
gets it.
blank?
He said there's nothing better than a nice steak, but Lou is right. Cold cuts are bad for your health. There we go. Got a supporter out there. They're saying I'm Pat Tanaka's son, too. So there you go.
Oh, Marty Jannetty would be very proud of that. Marty's a good friend of Pat Tanaka. We're worried. Marty kind of had a difficult trip home last, it was supposed to be yesterday, but wound up being today. I don't know if we should check in on Marty.
We should.
Let's see if he's all right. Let's see here now. Call Marty Jannetty.
Calling Marty Jannetty. Oh,
Yes. Why can't, it's not on speaker, that's why. No, it looked like he was attempting to go for a DDT on the apron. I'm going to guess Marty's napping after his difficult meeting.
The mailbox is full.
Well, as usual,
Damn.
Marty's, even his phone's partying. Oh, shit. I tell you, Lou.
Almighty One, he doesn't watch AEW. He says, yo, Dan and Lou, I don't watch AEW. There you go.
Well, hopefully we can describe it to you the best we can right now.
Marty is home getting wasted. He already posted videos on his Facebook.
Well, Marty had a long weekend. I would not have brought him to the gentleman's facility that he visited after his autograph signing yesterday. I don't think that helps the cause, but you know what? Everyone is going to treat Marty the way they treat Marty, I guess. I know we took good care of him when he was here in Boston. Even though he drives us nuts, he made a new friend and one of your mutual friends, Quincy Rustani.
Yes.
Quincy became almost an instant legend during the watch along.
Quincy's he's a good guy. Very
Fans
nice guy.
tipped him a nice dinner at TGI Fridays.
Really?
Yes.
Good for him.
Get the free meal.
Good for him. Good for him.
His Chris Christie was very happy. His little, pouch.
Wow.
We used to call it a newt in honor of Newt Gingrich, but during the coronavirus times, it grew a little.
So it became a Chris.
It went from a Gingrich to a Christie, but he has no idea what that means, and maybe that's for the best. But we always enjoy visits from Quincy in moderation. Who do your fans have in this one? Do you think we're going to see Moxley come away with the W? Or do you think we're going to see a new superstar here in AEW created from New Japan Pro Wrestling? Who do you got, Lou?
Japanese guy.
Yeah, the Japanese guy. I like the lighting job they did in Chicago. You're not impressed with the light job? No. Takes a lot to impress you.
Yeah, it does.
The photography man that you are at aml-creative.com.
Oh, that reminds me. I got to link it in the chat.
Yeah. What match are you guys looking forward to the most? I can't imagine it's already happened yet.
Wrestling today is only about wins and losses. They need stories and characters.
I don't even know if it's about the wins and losses they're forgotten about so quickly. And now it's buffering again. And I'm going to yell at it. And I'm going to say, I'm going to get up and refresh it. And then it's going to do it on its own. Any of our regular friends in there tonight?
We have Almighty One, Lazy Bum,
Slick Rick?
No Slick Rick. No
Vaughn?
Christ Savior. No Vaughn.
Smokey? Phil?
Yeah. Phil.
Phil is here.
It's Phil Desari, right?
Well, we don't like to give away everyone's name.
But
on video,
it was the full thing. He has his full name there.
It could be.
Okay.
It could be.
Okay.
It could be. After the day of bedlam and mayhem we've had here at this studio.
Is Walter Johnson a regular?
I am familiar with the name, although I wouldn't call him a regular if it is indeed a he. You never know what aliases some may use.
It's true.
Phil, we can verify.
What's an MOD?
Moderator.
Oh, Captain Lou, there's no moderators on here tonight. That's what Lazy Bum is saying. Okay.
Well, maybe you should make Phil one. I think Phil's earned it. He's a trustworthy individual that's been here.
It's true.
We know where he lives.
It's true. Yeah, if you ever
We go to his home if he acts up.
Send me in fan.
Yeah, just take pictures of him.
Phil, do you want me to make him a moderator?
It's at Phil's discretion.
Phil, do you want to become a moderator? It would be the biggest honor in the world. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how we'd look at it.
It's an accomplishment.
Other than having his children, that would be about it. Becoming the moderator for the Boston Wrestling family of programming and talk shows. But fans, you want to talk about great talk shows premiering this Tuesday night after WWE NXT at 10 p.m. Don't forget it's going to be Wrestling Insiders Extreme when we kick off the series with New Jack. Forget about that garbage that other people have posted about talk shows on Tuesday nights. You're not going to want to miss our retro look at the superstars, the people, the personality, the places that made Extreme Championship Wrestling such a unique entity. I've enjoyed, and we've produced now, I think, 11 episodes, something like that. And I've enjoyed each one of them. We have much more to come, a lot more in the works. Lou may be up to no good with the ECW in Las Vegas in just a week's time.
I'm never up to any good. You know that, Dan.
Well, and there it is, right behind us.
Yep. Why do we even have to go if I can just look at that all day, right?
No, would you rather just look at that?
Yeah.
I don't know how much you'd help with the actual video work, but I don't know. But I tell you this, you wouldn't believe what some of the fans were saying during the premiere chat earlier today.
What were they saying?
They said that when you had your 4 wisdom teeth taken out, they looked like 4 Tic Tacs. I couldn't believe it. 4 Tic Tacs.
I don't even know what that means.
You don't know what Tic Tacs
I know what
are?
are they saying my teeth are really small?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Fun-sized, almost like the candy bars at Halloween.
I don't mind that.
You don't mind that. And I tell you, from that visual we're looking at right now, we're not all that far from where we're going to be.
Jay Cherry asks, he wants a lock of Dan's beard as a trivia prize.
Who?
A lock of your beard.
Who wants it?
Jay Cherry.
Jay Cherry?
Yes.
I don't know Jay Cherry. Is Jay Cherry male or female? And why do you want my beard here? Who is this and what is this? John Moxley looks confused.
Yeah, Minister Brandon, I'm doing better ever since the wisdom teeth surgery. Thank you for asking.
Wait, we're having a moment here. Who the hell is that? Oh, wait just a minute. That's one of the nastiest you're ever going to see, Lou. I believe you trained him at the Lou Dojo. Is this true? Or?
That's true. True, the Lou Dojo. Go to it, and it's on Main Street, Melrose. Pay me $500.
And we're not talking about Jerry Lawler. Has made his way to AEW.
Phil, the pineapple helped a lot. I think the pineapple helped because I've been in too much pain. So I ate tons of pineapple before. So thank you for the advice, Phil.
Phil advised you to have pineapple.
Yes, yeah, he's a
really?
guy. Yes.
Phil knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff. I listen to him 100%.
Well, anyway, if you want to try and figure out where we're actually going to be, Lou, can you see Caesar's Palace on the?
Yes.
There's a street in between Caesar's Palace and that brown building facing us that has the fountain in front of it.
Yeah.
Which is the Bellagio.
Oh,
we're
okay.
down. If you keep going down that way to the left, all the way towards the end of the Montage.
Yeah.
We're not too far to the left of that.
Oh, okay.
Just to give you an idea of the mayhem, the insanity, the wildness, the excitement that awaits you.
I'm excited. I'm
in Sin City. Now, I wonder if this will be a match that we'll see at Full Gear in November in AEW. Or maybe we're going to see it tonight, Lou. Maybe we're going to see it live in Chi-Town.
Minister Brandon, $2.
Hey, you know what? Every dollar starts with a penny, Brandon.
He said,
we're headed to Sin City.
He says, I pass on the beard hair from Dan.
He passes. Do you guys want to treat about one of the superstars that's going to be joining us in Sin City? Let me know. Let me know if you want to know just one of the superstars that'll be joining us in Vegas. I believe you even know this one, Lou.
Yes, but they'll let you announce him.
But you don't remember his name, I'm going to guess.
No.
Yeah, you remember his video, though. You don't even remember his video. I mean, Lou, what the F? You don't remember his video. Remember I sent you his YouTube video and you got all excited? You said, I can't wait. And now you act like you have no clue. So I'm going to guess you didn't even watch the YouTube video. Fans said it was a dream come true. And now you've forgotten it.
You know, I should be fired from the show.
Well,
you should fire me. I don't deserve to work here.
Wait a minute. We missed something, but this is one of the most dangerous moves in professional wrestling, Lou. That's what you're going to do to Fan into the pool, I think.
Oh, that's blood. Oof.
That's usually what that red stuff is, that nasty blood.
I'm not a blood guy.
You're not a blood guy. Well, I don't know. You might not like ECW then.
Probably
Might
not.
be too extreme for you.
Yeah, probably not.
Now, why don't you like the blood, Lou?
I was born. It just makes me queasy.
When you were born, you figured that was it? That's enough blood
It's
that
just
you ever want to see?
It just went out, I
When
was
you
born
came
with
out of the
a
womb.
fear of blood.
A
Okay.
fear of blood?
Yes.
You fear blood?
Ugh, yeah.
All
It makes me
right, well.
queasy. Ugh.
We have the AEW Women's Championship coming up, Lou. Dr. Britt Baker, a real-life dentist, will be challenging Chris Statlander, who is not a real-life alien,
Oh.
believe it or not.
Capri 82 says,
Although I guess maybe she could be. But
every time I think about Dan, I have to go poop.
and who sent that?
Capri 82.
Capri what?
Capri 82.
Well,
Is that a bad thing or a good thing?
I'm not going to take it as a compliment, but I guess it could be if they're constipated. I don't know. If I can help and loosens one bowels, I guess I'm serving some purpose in life, right? I don't know. No one's ever said that to me before.
Oh, that one got me. I'm not gonna lie. That one.
Lou got a little
funny.
chuckle out of that one. Who do you got in this one, Lou? The AEW Championship for the women. Britt Baker or Chris Statlander?
I got Chris.
The alien or the dentist?
I got the alien.
You
for
got
sure.
the alien. All right, well, here she comes.
Yeah.
Well, she's got a whole crew with her. Well, as we go with buffering again, and I get ready to want to explode. Every time I see a reflection in the TV, I think it's John C. coming down the ramp. Although C, I imagine, is busy watching some of his social media videos. I know he is a social media video aficionado up there.
He should
No
be the
social media
influencer.
videos.
He should be like live tweeting this. You know what I'm
Who?
saying? John.
John C?
He should be
I don't
live-
think John C knows who any of these people are. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't know it either.
Well,
yeah,
but you're the captain, though. There's a difference.
That is true. I am.
He's done the majority of his work in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, because I'm a stunt double.
Yeah. I like you've almost turned that into a ponytail tonight.
Yeah. Have you actually worked as a stunt double?
Max.
You're using the mask to, well, that was my second guess. You know what? While you're down here, John C., do you think maybe you could refresh this this page? Well, no. Every time I say that, it does it on its own. It's like it's a rib of some kind.
When
What
I
are
see
you doing? What are you
I
doing?
want to pee. Thank
Oh,
you.
you're doing good. Thank you, though, John C., for almost causing me a heart attack.
Someone said they want to pee when they see me. I think that's a compliment. I take that as a
Well, we've had people offering to pay for you to pour chocolate syrup
Yeah.
all over yourself in your underwear,
I
and
like
now
that.
they want to urinate on you.
Yeah.
You like, you like that?
He never said he wanted to urinate. Yeah, well. No.
I thought that's what you just said.
Marty, I don't know what you're into.
I thought that's what you
I
just
don't know
said.
what you're into. Fans, if I'm gonna be watching him in Vegas, okay, and if he does any of that shenanigans,
I just got the report back from the hotel Fan was at in Virginia, and they said there was a lot of it. So I don't know. Now, what do you think of it? As a casual observer, Lou, I'd like to know, what do you think of this alien wrestler?
she's pretty cute.
You'd throw it in her.
No comment.
Now, I don't want to get too personal here on the watch along, but Lou,
No, don't.
I'm beginning to wonder, could you perhaps be described as asexual? I mean,
No.
do you have the lust, that animalistic nature about you that wants to pound?
I think I can control it better than most people.
Well, you've done a great job. Thus far in life, you've done a
It's
great
true.
job, Captain.
I don't throw it. In
I don't
anything.
have it in me.
I don't throw it in anything with the pulse. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're a man of quality,
Yes.
not quantity.
No.
Not like someone else you know down in Virginia right about now. Too much quantity
Too much quantity is a bad thing.
and a little wee thrown in. Well, I am not the world's biggest female wrestling fan, but I do like the good doctor, Britt Baker, who's got the little red in the hair right now.
When I see Dan, I want to say, hey, can I get a discount on signing for being a minister? when I see Lou, can I get a discount on buffet food?
What?
Minister Brand said, when I see Dan, I want to say, hey, can I get a discount on signing for being a minister? When I see Lou, he thinks, can I get a discount on buffet food? I don't know what that means.
Buffet food?
Buffet food.
Maybe they think you belong working at one of the Vegas buffets.
I kind of take that as an insult. I mean, like,
why? You don't think you belong working at buffets in Vegas?
I think
They're
I'm
like
host or
$40 a
something.
pop. They're not cheap.
Yeah, but I'm probably getting paid minimum wage.
Well, if you were lucky.
If I'm lucky.
If you're
Am I
lucky.
below minimum wage, Dan?
Yeah.
I'm below minimum wage?
That's what I was told by our friend out in Michigan.
Okay, our friend out in Michigan would actually does not agree with that.
Well, when I hear that from him, otherwise we'll discuss it. I don't know where he's hiding. We miss him. He said he's going to be preoccupied for several months all of a sudden.
He did.
So I don't know what is going on.
He might be going to sleep to this. He mentioned something about like going to sleep to.
Well, you know what? If
Boston
we can
MWF.
help with insomnia as well as bowel irritation, I guess, the show serves multiple purposes.
Oh, my God.
Who do you guys got? The alien or the dentist tonight here on All Out?
Phil says no golden showers at the golden. Okay, let's see.
Now, have you asked Phil if he wants the special privilege?
Phil, he's not a trisexual. He just won't try anything.
Oh, wait a minute, Phil.
Oh, my. Phil, I met you.
Lou's been waiting to try anything, Phil. Come on now.
Almighty One is very into.
The Almighty One, what?
He's entertained. He's more entertained by us than by the match. So.
That tends to happen on some of these pay-per-views, banter. And Lou has been trying to sneak out before the pay-per-view even began. Not that I drop any hints like that.
Fans, I love you, but my teeth are hurting a little bit right now.
Oh, please, your teeth hurt.
They are hurting.
I have CRPS, and you're going to tell me your teeth hurt?
Well, you can take the day off, too.
I don't take days off.
There's nothing stopping you.
72 consecutive days.
There is nothing stopping you from taking a day off.
Yes, there is, because the work doesn't get done if I'm not here.
Well, you can take a day off. Push it back a day, okay?
No. Well, I did tell you what happened last Saturday, though. I took a few hours off for a particular reason.
That is true.
But we're not going to get into that.
We won't get into that. We won't get into that.
Took a few hours off. Not the whole day, though. Not the whole day. We put in our time because we like happy wrestling fans.
Yes.
Because happy wrestling fans mean those in the Northeast and even those as far away as Virginia are going to be helping pack Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts, Saturday night, November the 13th. Memorial Hall, baby. Nothing is ever going to be seen like it again. When we go back to the 80s for WrestleFest, celebrating 20 years of this fine organization, America's hero, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Axe and Smash Demolition, Jake the Snake Roberts. If he made it back to Jacksonville alive, Marty Jannetty, the Doctor Style Slick, and more, plus a hot night of in-ring action to go along with the autographs, the posed photos, the VIP question and answer session, the exclusive VIP Q&A session, mind you. That's only open to VIPs. We have more featured superstars to be announced. We're going to have hot in-ring action, and John Cena Sr. has laid the law down. If you guys sell out of VIPs within a reasonable amount of time before the show, not 2 or 3 days ahead of time to leave us no time, we're going to go big. We're going to go big and beyond and above what we had planned for the 8th featured 80s legend for November the 13th at Back to the 80s. All-inclusive VIP packages and tickets are available where, Captain?
BostonWrestling.com.
He's learning.
I'm learning.
And isn't there a special link at aml-creative.com?
There is. Okay, there is a special link.
So we're not going to push that if he leaves early, let me tell you. But anyway. What an awful, piss-poor clothesline. Please. She should go back to Mars after that pathetic attempt. See, I tell you, fans, there's a difference between goods women's wrestling and just throwing women's wrestling out there to say, you know what, we have women's wrestling. That was just bad. You know, someone sent me a link to the man is a very polarizing individual in the world of wrestling. I have my own personal thoughts about him because he was part of Tony Rumble's CWA and NWA New England back in the 90s. But Jim Cornette had a very interesting piece on one of his programs about that very fact, the overabundance of female wrestling, whether it's a good thing, whether it's a bad thing, whether it's a good thing to just say, you know what, half to a third of the show is women's wrestling, to say, hey, we want things to be equal, as opposed to taking away the spot from men that are much, much, much better in the squared circle. I agree with that. I have been stating that long before Jim Cornette ever did, although I'm going to believe that may have been Jim's personal opinion. Victory roll attempt from the doctor. The alien kicked out, though.
Lazy Bum just donated $1.99 because he agrees with that. So,
Lazy, hopefully you're going to be hanging with us in Sin City during our live episodes. Captain, I got to ask you, not one fan has asked about one of the featured superstars we have lined up for Vegas? Nobody cares?
maybe they need to ask again. Maybe we need to give them another chance to ask again.
Do you know how much work I'm putting into Vegas for a toy drive that winds up December 25th? And you have no interest in knowing who we're going to be having live in a little more than a week's time? I want to go home and let you do it.
What? Let me what?
Let you run the whole thing. I want to cry at this point. I cannot believe. I figured the fans would be saying, yes, Marty, please. Who do you got lined up for Las Vegas, Nevada for us?
Oscar and Mike Rotunda. Phil asked that. Oscar,
you know, Oscar's like part of the furniture when it comes to the Cauliflower Alley Club.
Okay.
And what was the other one he said?
Mike Rotunda.
I don't think he's never been before, as far as I know. I'd love to have Mike with us, but Mike is not going to be with us in Las Vegas, as far as I know, as of now. I've been talking to, how many slots do we have open for Las Vegas?
7.
Is it that many?
No, we have a lot, right?
I know Tuesday and Wednesday, realistically, if we have any sanity, we can only get one each day because of the banquets, unless we did someone late at night. And where we have a couple of friends that live in Vegas, we potentially could do that. But I'm just going to say one for Tuesday and Wednesday. But and I mentioned that thing to you on Sunday that we may have. So that could.
That sounds like fun. Sunday thing.
I'm going to say we have the potential for 8 to 9.
8 to 9?
8 to 9.
Okay. But
Realistically, if we go overnight. You got to remember, their time zones are going to be as screwed up to the guests out there as they're going to be to us. Because you got to remember, by the time that banquet ends, it's going to be 1 o'clock in the morning back here. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
It takes a while. By the time our body clocks get used to what's going on out there, it'll be time to come home.
How about B. Brian Blair? Will he be one?
You know what? I would love to have B. Brian Blair with us, but I'm sure a lot of you fans, or maybe some of you don't know, Brian Blair's son was murdered a couple of weeks ago. So I don't think it's the time necessarily to do a sit-down retrospective interview with him. I'd love to do one. I just don't think now is the time. I think it'd be disrespectful to even ask. But you know what? We are planning on Wrestle House 2 down in Tampa as part of the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive later in 2021. So maybe by then, you know, after a few months of being able to try and get accustomed to a new way of life, maybe sitting down for a few hours and talking wrestling would be good for the soul. So,
how about Kid Cash, X-Pac, 2 Cold Scorpio, Val Venice, D'Lo Brown, Disco Inferno? Anybody?
How many of those guys live in Las Vegas or are going to be at the Cauliflower Alley Club reunion? Now, I'll say, read that list to me again.
Kid Cash.
Yeah.
X-Pac.
Yep.
2 Cold Scorpio.
Yep.
Val Venice.
Yep.
D'Lo Brown.
Yep.
Disco Inferno.
I've spoken to at least one of them, and I would say there's a pretty good chance of it. I'll say this, X-Pac is not one of them. I believe he lives in L.A. If we were going to do X-Pac, I want him here because I think he'd be one of the great guests we'd ever have. Honest, upfront, sincere, maybe a little too blunt, a little too honest, but one of my favorite people we've ever worked with here in the 20 years of Boston wrestling. I'm sure Lou does not know what DX is.
No idea.
D Generation X?
Nope.
Break it down?
Nope.
Suck it?
The more phrases, the less I know.
All right. Well, that was the big thing that kids in high school used to say to the teachers was suck it, which didn't go over so well at the time. But that was during what they called the Attitude Era. And there was a little more attitude on the WWE shows. The teachers did not like having suck it being chanted at them during the school day, believe it or not. I know Connor usually says it to people at the rug store.
This man was a role model.
Oh, wait a minute. She's got the finisher on. Is this enough to going to make an alien tap? Yes. I don't even know if aliens have teeth, but she submitted to the finisher.
Yeah.
As we begin to buffer again. And I'm going to say, John C., get out here and refresh it, brother. And by the time he makes it half the way down, it's going to fix itself. Is it always
I do not know the Hamburglar. They're asking if I know the Hamburglar.
The Hamburglar, I believe, is the villain in the McDonald's commercials. Unless I'm wrong.
Stripe. No, you're right.
Oh, I am. All right. Could you try and see if you can refresh that, John C.? Oh, wait a minute. All right. Well, I'll click back into it again.
Wait, I'm going to check if I have some ads.
You're going to check what? Livestock? What's that?
Nah, I think I forgot my ibuprofen at home.
Wait, X out of that screen altogether? The third one? That one, yeah. All right. You know, just leave that as it is. Maybe it'll help the cause if it's, well, all right, don't.
No, it won't.
John C. is a fucking animal. Are you off or are you working tomorrow, kid? You selling rugs tomorrow on Labor Day?
No.
No, really? They don't want you? Or are they not open?
No, they're not open.
Oh, well, that's nice to give you a while.
Respect workers' rights at Melrose Oriental.
Is it a paid holiday?
I believe so.
You get a little payday for having Labor Day off. Now, what about you, Lou, at aml-creative.com? Is it a paid holiday?
I don't have any gigs, so no.
What's that?
I don't have any work, no.
Well, so I guess it'd be hard to take the day off then. John C., thank you, sir.
Why, you need me tomorrow?
No, I was just curious if they were forcing you to go in and sell rugs. I know John Cena Sr. was in the mood for a new rug, but I had to explain to him it's the ones on the floor, not the head. But, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You have some good weed? Oh, well, maybe you have both for all you know. But you have some good weavers there. Now, they actually weave the rugs at Melrose Oriental.
No, the weavers is just what we call the repair guys.
Oh.
They can put if a rug is worn out, they can put more wool in to kind of make it look better.
Almost like Johnny needs for his piece sometimes. He needs a weaver. You know what? I'm going to suggest that to him when he's here on Wednesday. Now, I'll tell you this, Captain Lou, this gentleman on the screen right now in the middle is one of the top people in this industry I'd love to handle the creative for, so to speak.
Oh, really?
Andrade. He is married to, or he is engaged, I should say, to the daughter of the legendary Nature Boy Ric Flair, who was on the set. Have you ever heard of Ric Flair?
Yeah.
He's in commercials where he goes, woo!
Yep. I know Rick. All right, I think I got to go, though.
Why, Lou?
I got to get my ibuprofen at home. Shit like that. Sorry. Fans, I'm sorry. I got to go.
Why? I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it.
I'm sorry. Here we go.
Where is the passion?
Not at wrestling.
Where is the passion?
It's not here.
And you're going to leave the laptop over there so I can't read the questions.
I'm going to bring it over, okay?
Wow. Well, if Christ Savior 888 comes in, what do I tell him?
I'll be fine with it.
Well, what if he's not?
I keep in touch with
Are you going to come back?
No.
If he's angry, you're not going to come back.
I keep in touch with Joey.
Joey, I apologize to you, brother.
Me and Joey aren't great.
You put on the wrong show. You put on a Marty Jannetty program. Well, I guess now. Oh, wait a minute. Gregor John has had enough of you, Lou.
What did he say?
He said, geez, Lou, Fox guy says, wow, Lou being a socko. Minister Brandon, fire Lou for leaving. You know what? With all the anarchy and mayhem on down here, I said, geez, maybe it wouldn't be the best night for Phil. And I could have Phil with me right now. Oh, wait a minute. Lou's boyfriend just texted him to get his ass home now. Who's this?
What?
Who's your boyfriend?
Who said that?
Jay Cherry.
AML. Go to aml-creative.com, folks.
That's where you'll find out the
That's where you'll
boyfriend.
find out.
Well, Lou, you were a big help for, a fifth of the night. Thank you.
About
Half of the night.
Yeah. I'm just in pain.
You're in pain. You don't know pain.
Workaholic, okay?
You don't know
I'm
pain.
a workaholic.
John C., are you going to join me? Yeah, why not? Let's see what you think of it, brother. There's two microphones right here,
Okay.
unless you want a fresh one.
I'll do it in a second.
Well, we're going to be joined by John C. Lou, when are we going to hear from you again?
I don't know, maybe Tuesday?
All right, that's good to know. Thank you, Lou. Phil said, don't go, Lou. Sean wants to know, where is Quincy? Love you guys. Keep up the good work. Dan's...
Big event, my first appearance.
Well, fans, if you have heard the name but are not familiar with the face, here he is, the John C. Riley of Boston Wrestling MWF, to catch a little wrestling. Usually he gets to stare at the back of the TV. Now you get to see the moss that I get to check out. A Bob's dream come true. Well, I mean, is that not some moss or is that not some moss? Phil says, get well, Captain. My advice for Uncle Dave Rose, he refuses to get a job and live off our grandfather who is ill. Dave Rose. Uncle Dave Rose. I don't know who Dave Rose is. Is he someone that I should know? John Ashley says, don't let the door hit you. Wow. Holy shit. Richard Simmons let himself go. Oh, you know who Richard Simmons is? All right, well, that makes it a little better then. I know, I'm trying to scroll up a little bit. It's like Lenny losing Squiggy. My cousin Dave Rose has no life and can't get a woman up in Canada. I don't know who he is.
Greg John, this is John C. Riley,
Yes,
mentioned many times.
it's the Berserker's kid. I'm so dead, laughing my ass. Who's this now, Dan? Gregor, this is John C. Riley. I don't know how else to explain it. Well, Laura, I'm very, very sorry about this situation you have going on up in Canada. Take that dead raccoon off your head. Has John Cena seen you here? Johnny, where are you, brother? Now we got the Young Bucks ready to take on the Luchadors inside it looks like almost bigger than a 15-foot high steel cage. Is that the chick from Orange is the New Black? Fonzie just jumped the shark. John C. There.
I'm the shark jump of Boston wrestling.
There was one good one, though. Where was it? I only saw it for a split second. Once Baloney came up in the chat, Lou had his eye on the door. Do you think that's it? Lou has this phobia of cold cuts that we're not familiar with? I don't know. It has been a crazy day since I got into the studio now 11 and a half hours ago. Are we going to see new tag team champions tonight, folks, or what? As John C. keeps an eye on things. What do you think, Johnny?
I hate to tell you this, Dan, but I'm not primarily a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
The only people I know is the Young Bucks, and that's because I saw their name on screen about 45 seconds ago.
Yeah. It did say that Lou had a date with ass-eating Annie.
Oh, really?
It said he needs a mic. Do you have a microphone on?
Yeah.
Is it on though?
Oh, yeah, it's on.
All right. Well, I trust you on that.
People in the chat, if you can't hear me, let me know.
John C. just coughed up a hairball. Well, I don't know what's going on with Lou. I'm very disappointed in Lou. You know, John is a wrestling journalist. Yes, he is, as a matter of fact. I have a lot of respect for John C. Riley. He's been with us now since, what year did you join us, John? Would it have been 18?
I mean,
2018?
I've been around, no, it's probably 2019.
Well,
That
that's it?
That was when I graduated.
Well, that was all I remember is we went to see Midsummer as a part of Cecil the Lion's group.
Yeah, that's like late 2019.
Well, it was the summer. I remember that.
It might have been 2018.
2018. Well, at some point we'll get it right. I'm trying to get into the Twitter.
The last quarter of my senior year was 2019.
Well, then I'm going to guess you graduated in 2019.
Yeah, but that was when I did my internship.
All right. Well, then that was it then. I thought you were around longer. With my good friend my texting friend, Fancina.
You texting her now?
No, but we have been texting. I didn't know that she was working at the Y.
Oh, in Melrose?
Yes. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Well, see, I can teach you things too.
The only people I keep in touch with from my high school are about 2 years older than me, and I'm sure this is very interesting.
Now, what about Kyle Nolan banging on the drums across from Cecil's home?
I've talked to him a couple times.
Yeah, that's it.
Not in person.
Now, what about Nick?
Nick, I have no idea what he is doing.
Nothing.
No clue.
All right, well. For the fans that have no idea, we're catching up on old Boston Wrestling MWF interns, and then there was I guess the polite way would be to call him a little on the semi-challenge side. What was his name? The fifth intern that year?
Dylan?
Yes, Dylan, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, he's just a little challenged. But now where is he?
Even less of a clue.
Less of a clue. He didn't wind up with Thurman Merman over at Shaw's.
No.
All right.
Not to my knowledge.
Maybe he should, to be fair.
I don't go to Shaw's.
Well, that might be for the best as we continue to buffer inside this wild six-man tag team matchup that I wish we were...
Oh, my mic's bad?
I don't know. Is that what they're saying?
That's what Lazy Bum's saying.
Why don't you swap it out for the other one? Or even just the batteries?
I mean, it's on. It's the battery. Let me just go in that booth for a second.
There you go, Riley. Even Riley's jumping ship on me. For Christ's sakes.
And then there were none.
I tell you, fans, do we not have some interesting characters in this organization? I was begging Phil to come down, but I said there was such bedlam and mayhem, I didn't think he'd enjoy himself. And then look at what happens. Lou leaves like a thief in the night. What the hell is the name of this? All Out. That's right. I'm trying to multitask, believe it or not doing a very good job, but
Check.
I tell you this, for the style they work, two of the better tag teams you'll find in professional wrestling right now. I know not everybody is a fan of the style.
Okay, how's it now, everyone?
How is it right now, folks? Can you hear my compadre, Mr. C, better than you can right now? You know, John C, what I could really go for is a little carrot top. I like that.
That was Marty's choice. That Marty came.
Yeah, it's carrot top, man. Yeah.
Hey, Garrett Top.
Yeah. Well, Marty had a tough time, but he made it home, thank God. I was getting a little worried about our crazy friend.
I'm sorry, username. I'll try not to be too grating.
Quincy approves of the new mic. Well, would you guys like to see Quincy from time to time on the show?
Personally, I think that'd be extremely entertaining.
I tell you, we had quite an emotional moment Thursday night. We found out that one of the female wrestlers that had made threats towards her own life on Twitch had killed herself. And Marty got very emotional and got up and left the set. And while Marty was gone, Quincy marched into the studio and sat down in Marty's seat and started to scream that we were doing it for the kids. And I didn't know how the fans were going to quite take to Quincy at first, but I tell you, they fell in love with him almost instantly.
Unlike the Melrose Police.
I don't know what the Melrose Police think about Quincy's unexpected
anthem.
visits. Well, no, the national anthem, they were not no. That would not be repeated, but Quincy in moderation can be a lot of fun. An overdose of Quincy, believe me, is too much. But in little spurts, Quincy will be a lot of fun. I'll tell you this, if you're on the bubble, Saturday night, November the 13th, at Memorial Hall Live in Melrose, Quincy will be there live as the goodwill ambassador of the Pallbearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. So if you're looking for just one more reason, Rastani Mania is going to run wild at Memorial Hall November the 13th, along with all your favorite 80s legends and superstars of today and tomorrow. And why do you think this keeps buffering? You don't know?
No, I don't have a clue.
Yeah, well, that's good. You add a lot to the thought process. Everybody, I mean, nothing negative about Quincy. He came in, he yelled, he screamed, he left, and that was about it. That was the extent of Quincy's visit.
You got to have a segment, Quincy's Corner or something like that.
Well, you know what? John Cena Sr. is not a big fan of Quincy's. He finds Quincy to be a bit much. As you can see, as you know, both men, there's a little different, you could say, personality conflict there. Two different types of people, if you even want to go to as far as to use the word people. But, I think much like Paul Bearer, that John Cena Sr. will come around on Quincy at some point. Because Paul Bearer used to hate Quincy as well. But,
I have to say, I think the reason people who don't like Quincy is because he's a lot. And some people just can't handle that. You just got to get acclimated to him, just how much of a personality he has. But being in a room with him, it's like, it hits you.
That's one way to put it. You know what? Maybe, as a fan is suggesting right here, maybe the Almighty One is right. On Lou's new wrestling trivia show, maybe Quincy could be almost like the Vanna White. Maybe he could distribute the prizes, or I don't know.
We'll get another angle on him. He'll be in the corner. He'll be like a live announcer,
Loud.
Yeah, we'll have him. Well, Quincy, tell the lovely people what they want.
They're calling you the Sam Roberts mop cut. Do you know who Sam Roberts is?
Is he a wrestling figure?
He is I think he does different podcasts and radio things along with a very little WWE. You're not familiar with the gentleman.
No, I'm
That's
not.
all right. That's all right. Yeah, Lazy Bum Lou and the trivia show. It's going to be beginning, I'm going to guess, the week after we come back from Las Vegas. So according to the calendar, I know it's probably going to wind up on my birthday at this point. So next week, sometime the week of the 20th. I think if you guys want just a smidge of Quincy, maybe Thursday night is the night, because that is the one day of the week that Quincy is with us in studio. Luckily for my sanity, Quincy is only here once a week, which is more than enough. But Quincy had a great time partying with Marty Jannetty at our TGI Fridays on Thursday night, late night.
How late?
It was close to midnight, which is about as late as you can get nowadays in these Delta virus times. I guess we've forgotten all about Corona. It's all Delta now.
Well,
Look at that.
Delta's a version of it.
It's a version of it.
Yeah.
It's like Quincy's a virgin of...
Is Quincy a virgin?
I would say so, and he's a version of humanity was the word I was looking for.
I mean, you never know what's under that coat.
Dan's beard catches all the juice. You know what you're talking about, brother. You get it. You're a beard man. Yeah, gay is the best. Well, you're a gay person, I guess it would be considered that.
You can't get much better than that.
You
if
can't
you're
get much better than that. My cousin Dave Rose is a virgin. Well, I'm very proud of Dave for being much like Cecil the Lion, although Cecil is almost 30 and still enjoying his virginity, even though he claims he's a model, which is a little odd. Username says, replace John Cena Sr. with Quincy. I don't know if John Cena Sr. would exactly take that as a compliment. That Quincy Mania, in just the matter of one 10-minute segment, lit this studio on fire. I mean, he enjoyed a delicious meal at TGI Fridays thanks to the generosity of the fans. And we had did you ever see the movie Precious?
I've never seen it, but I know what it is.
Are you familiar with Precious?
Yeah.
She resembled the waitress that we had. And Marty was being a little much with her. And she tried to take Quincy's Coke from him because they had free refills. And I don't think Quincy realized that. And Quincy almost broke Precious's wrist, thinking she was taking his non-finished Coca-Cola away from him.
What sit-down restaurant doesn't have free refills?
I don't think
nowadays?
Quincy gets out much. He gets his milk at Shaw's, and that's about it. Quincy had chicken fingers, French fries, and a Coke, Phil. So he really went all out with it.
It's a very on-the-spectrum meal.
It's a great way to put it. But he was very loud. But Quincy and Marty, the two of them, I think they found new soulmates for each other. I think the goodness in Quincy's heart may be just the only thing on the planet that can overcome the years of partying, alcohol, and drugs that are in Marty's system. Can Quincy purify Marty Jannetty? It almost seems like it's like a Christmas special in an alternative universe.
Miracle on Main Street.
Sure. Lazy Bum also says the same thing. Replace John Cena Sr. with Quincy. Mark Smith wants to know, is Socko back or was he just visiting? As far as I know, Socko is back on a recurring status. We're still waiting to find out about Dave Willis, otherwise known as Dave Carter to others. He was invited tonight as well, but he said the Halloween candy was coming out at the stores. So,
have I ever met him?
You would have had to have. The one that I call Little Cena.
Oh yeah.
He's on the gas, even though he doesn't wrestle. Are you enjoying the AEW show, Dan? Hey, thus far, not especially. This match hasn't been this bad, but the Miro match and the women's match weren't much to write home about, in this humble pundit's opinion. But you know what? Sometimes it's a nice slow build on pay-per-view. Start off a little slow and build to the...
Oh, boy.
Oh, wait a minute. It's got spikes on the bottom of those shoes, John
Yeah,
Riley.
it looks like thumbtacks.
Maybe even thumbtacks. John Cena Sr. equals fake as fuck. Quincy equals real and raw.
Quincy is real as hell.
There's only one way he knows to be.
Yeah.
What I don't think the fans at home would understand that they would love is Quincy's movie reenactments that he does through the parking lot at Shaw's after he food shops. He does quite a Jaws 2 reenactment. I believe Rocky 4, Smokey and the Bandit. Quincy, he's got a few that he does.
I've mentioned it before to you in private, but you got to really introduce him to some movies with like really just risque dialogue and see if he also repeats those.
Well, we don't want him going home with anything too risque to the Rastani home.
True.
I know his mother Eleanor was kind enough to leave the back door unlocked for him, and I don't know if we even want to go any further than that.
Oh, that's a shoe full of thumbtacks to the face there.
We'll start calling you JR, John C.
What, JR?
Yeah, Jim Ross.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
The commentator on this show.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going to see right here, a boot to the head. Well, I have a feeling these guys are pretty going to be playing the hokey pokey in the morning. Well, there was one I just saw here right now. Do you recommend AEW to a person that's never watched it like myself? Almighty One, I would recommend you try the TV show 4 to 6 weeks and see if you like it. It's different than WWE, which I think is nice. I think it's a little
Jokey.
a little much as far as the acrobatics and the Cirque du Soleil style wrestling goes. But they have a lot of great talent, high quality talent. And you got to remember, it's still a new company. It's still a young company. They have not been on television 2 full years yet. So for those that want to knock them, is it a perfect product? Absolutely not. I look at it like this. On AEW, there's usually 2 or 3 very good segments on the show each week. And the rest of the show, sometimes I wonder, how can you even put it on television? So if that sounds interesting to you, there you go. Quincy and Marty, perfect chemistry. Would you be open to coming to a gay club in Vegas, Dan? Very friendly place, and I'd love to grab some drinks. Maz Mira, I have never been to a gay club, believe it or not. Preference being, but it could be fun. I don't know.
I feel like it'd be fun if you're straight.
You think I'd have fun at the gay nightclub? All right. Do you think Lou would have fun? Or do you think Lou might want to stay?
I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think they would consider Lou even a man? Where they have
hopefully
some in this chat room have called him Pocahontas. They feel he's a Native American woman.
I mean, Pocahontas is Powhatan for princess, so.
Well, there you go. John C. tugs on his hair when he's upset. Are you upset tonight?
No.
Are you tugging on your hair?
No, I just tug on my hair.
You're just a tugger.
Yeah.
That's probably what Lou is doing right about now, but he's been tugging for the past 21 years. Poor Lou has got a little Cecil the Lion in him. Dan, you watch NWA? Mike, if you're talking about the modern version of NWA that exists by Billy Corgan, no, I don't have time.
Billy Corgan.
There is nothing appealing to it about me. Yeah, you know who Billy Corgan is?
It's like Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan?
Correct. Yes, he owns a wrestling organization.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I have met Billy through the Cauliflower Alley Club.
Oh, that's cool.
I had my photo taken with him by a brother of mine that's a big fan of his.
Wrestling-wise or music-wise?
No, music-wise. He couldn't care less about the wrestling. Lazy Bum says Dan is not half and half. All right, well. Again, we don't discriminate here in this fine organization. We are one open to all. Even though we like our wrestling hard-hitting and intense and violent.
Lou looks like Randy Orton in drag.
Let me tell you something. Randy Orton's probably 1.5 feet taller than Lou on top of it. Dr. Ruth would be proud. Well, I'm not. What would Dr. Ruth be proud of? Dan is making me die laughing. What am I saying that's so funny, Jerry? I'm just being me. Am I being over the top tonight?
Not really.
No, I don't think so. Am I usually this crazy?
No.
All right. Am I being crazy tonight?
Not really. No, I think the craziest you are is when you give out phone numbers.
Well, that's done more out of revenge than anything else. The way Dan reads these comments is hilarious. I am high, but it's still funny as fuck. Well, Jay Cherry, hopefully you're enjoying your high right about now. If we can help get value out of your drugs, I think that's another positive thing about these watch-alongs. Maybe you should do a watch-along as you do your thing. I don't know. The fans in Chi-Town are loving this, though, Riley. You got a bloodbath going on. They're chanting "Fight Forever."
Sean, Dan does have a girlfriend.
Actually, I do not.
Oh, you broke up?
Are you referring to Linda?
I don't know. I thought you had a girlfriend.
No, the kid's mother. I wouldn't classify her as that. She's just kind of the kid's mother.
No, I thought you had a
significant other.
Yeah, other than
no. She's a significant pain in the ass. I know that. And she's certainly another, but another what I'm still trying to figure out. But no, believe it or not.
We got a super chat.
Oh, wait a minute, lazy bum. Dan, what's your thoughts on the Young Bucks? And be honest, I think they are outstanding athletes. I think some of the moves they can do are absolutely tremendous. I think their biggest problem is
Loving the kicks.
when they learned how to wrestle in the trampoline in their backyard, they never taught themselves how to sell. And that takes away the impact from all the big moves that they do. You can do 1,000 different moves that are all spectacular, but if you don't sell them and make them seem like they have an element of violence and danger to them, there's not much purpose to them. And if I ever worked in AEW as an agent or as just someone that could have their ear for a few minutes, that would pretty much be my only suggestion, would be the pacing. Slow it down a little bit. If you want to do every move it is that you know how to do, slow it down so each one of them has an impact to them. And then I think they'd even be more over with the fans than they are now. To go out there like those 25-cent bouncing balls that you get at the supermarket when you're a kid and just fly all over the place, it's great to watch, but I think long-term, I think as time goes on, I think people will get bored with it. One man's opinion.
Frank, I'm right here. I just turned white.
Phil had it right. It's complicated. Not even Baby Mama Fox guy. I think Phil maybe had it right. It's complicated. Frank, Lou left like a thief in the night. Like a thief in the night. Him and his little tic-tac sized teeth that he's so worried about being pulled out. Got a little heat with Lou.
This kid's complaining, and he's going to get a Percocet prescription.
Lou is getting beaten by his boyfriend. All right, well. Young Bucks do spots that can be finishes, spots that should be treated as a finish aren't being treated as a finish. That's been a problem the past 10 to 15 years, Lazy Bum. You're spot on. And that's not just something you can point at the Young Bucks about. Now, I taught him how to do this.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
I did this a couple of times at the studio off the ladder.
Ooh. Is AEW like local or?
No, they're a national company. They have two.
But, did they start off local?
No.
No?
No. Oh, well, you know what? Tiger Mulligan and I had a little bit of a disagreement this afternoon or evening on Wrestling Inside is Stern But Fair. Tag team title change. I was kind of in favor of it. Sir Nicholas the Tiger was not. And that was a very good match. If you fans want to go out of your way to see a tag team steel cage match filled with some violence and some blood and lots of high spots, maybe lacking in the psychology, this is the perfect match for you. For what it was in the style of 2021, excellent. Made up for two lousy matches to open the show, in my opinion. Boogie is a cool guy. Now, are you Boogie?
I've never gone by Boogie.
No. I'd top Lee any day. I'm a bottom guy. Now, do you mean Lou? Because I'm going to start calling him Lee.
I think that's a bit too far.
Pat Tanaka would be ashamed of Lou. I'm ashamed of Lou. And I'm going to tell Lou.
No one likes a flake.
Well, Charlie didn't show up.
Dan, you messaged me at 5:45.
And you less than an hour later, who was here? John C. Not John Cena Sr., John C. Another problem I have with everything here, folks, and maybe I'm being nitpicky, it's just too many factions in AEW. Everyone's involved in some kind of a multi-person group or faction, however you want to classify it. Too many managers that I couldn't even give you the name of. Too many personalities I couldn't give you the name of. Too large of a roster. I think AEW wastes a lot of its budget on just transportation, getting these people to and from the cities. Did I miss something funny?
Minister,
Buy John C. a comb. Minister, we got the super chat open, baby. I don't know how much John C. would need to brush that moss. I mean, that's some moss.
No, I need a brush, not a comb.
We might need some kids with a lawnmower or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think the barbershop would charge him triple if he came in.
Dan, do you think the Young Bucks would be successful in WWE?
I think the Young Bucks would find success in WWE, but not the success or the freedom that they have in AEW. I think they'd be forced to wrestle. I think they'd have to wrestle more of a WWE style, which would require the patience and the pacing that I have suggested. Isn't that nice? As he bleeds all over his child. Give her a kiss. There you go.
That shirt's done.
That's well, the whole family is enjoying the blood. That's nice.
Oh, it's all over
It's
her
like
face.
Halloween came early for the. Well, get the rubbing alcohol ready for them. But what a great match. I really enjoyed that. I think they went with the right finish.
If you have not heard it yet, I am not familiar with wrestling before this.
At all.
Yeah, at all. Like, I know the names, but if I were to like these nuts. Sorry. I could not. I have nothing to compare this to, is essentially what I'm saying.
When John C. helps us in the control room, whether it be with the shoots or the watch-alongs, he is seeing the back of the television monitor. He doesn't get to see the actual show. So he's hearing a lot about names, but he's unfamiliar with what these people actually look like unless he's Googling them that I'm unaware of.
Yeah.
But C is learning. Drew, I had, I believe, just about every LJN except a couple from the last set that came out in '89. And then the family threw them away during a move. Imagine what those must be worth now. Same thing with the Hasbro. I believe I had all of them, maybe minus a couple of the double types that were printed. Dan, do you spray your beard with hairspray? Is this JTG making sure I'm using his package of love that he sent me with the Bay spray in the beard butter? Let me tell you something, baby. You see those commercials with our good friend, former WWE champion Kofi Kingston. I put it to use, baby. Captain Swags, you got it. Dan, if you grow your beard a little longer, you can donate it to Mr. Senior Fair. Well, on Wednesday when he's here, I'll be happy to share that with him. Lou is not familiar with wrestling nor his penis. Well, I can either confirm nor deny that. We've never had a conversation about it.
Oh.
Dan, how many people will be signing stuff in November? Brandon, that's kind of hard to say. The plan is to have 8 featured 80s legends. We'll probably have anywhere from 2 to 4 more known WWE type guys. And we're also going to have some of the hottest independent talent out there today that would like to push their goods. So, you're going to have a wide variety of choices to push from. If you get the VIP package for the Back to the 80s event, November the 13th at Melrose, the only superstars that are included for autographs and photos with that VIP package are the 8 or however many we wind up 80s legends. So just keep that in mind. Just per se, Braun Strowman is someone we're not going to have. But just say Braun Strowman was added to the show to wrestle and was going to do autographs and photos. He would not be included in that VIP package. The VIP package is strictly limited to the 80s legends. Does that make sense? I hope so. We try to explain. Dan is Ron Jeremy's son.
I, however, will be signing autographs free. Pictures free.
Pose photos with John C.
Yeah.
You know what's going to be funny? Now that you're out here, people are going to be going, wait a minute, that's John C.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to be harassed in the streets now.
Well, I think at that one event, I think KP, I think whatever Chris Jericho wants to do, Chris Jericho will be able to do. Mike, if you're interested in something like that, email the website. The right person will get in touch with you. That is something I'm only involved in to some degree. What? What's so funny about that?
No, I was watching this and saw a funny sign.
Larson wants a little humor. Larson, what am I no good? What do we got? What do we got, Larson? Come on, brother. Minister Brandon, I want a John C. signed photo and have it
I don't
and
have
have it
any...
say if you think you have a bad day. We need to print up 8x10s of you, John C. Now, would you pay? Let me ask you, Brandon. Would you pay $10 for a John C. 8x10?
I'm not charging for 8x10s. I'll print them on my own. Or if you bring your own, I'll sign it. You take a screenshot of me right now and bring it to the event, print it out.
Well, that means they'll want me to sign it too, and I can't be bothered. Far too busy.
You don't want your signature to lose value.
I'm just so busy the day of the events. The fans will think I'm probably some cranky, miserable person, which they probably think already. But the day of the events, I'm super cranky because there's just so much that goes in trying to give you guys a great wrestling experience. And I'm sorry if I come off that way. Larson, I think Annie would be tremendous in the studio, but, you know, when you get a little big,
holy shit!
I don't know if Annie would want to share her stories about her special skill in the studio. Now, I believe, wrestling fans, I might need your help. Was this one an Impact?
A Baden?
Yeah.
If you're asking me, no.
For a minute, I thought it was the woman that runs Memorial Hall, but I was wrong. Devious Dave Rose, I find Quincy very attractive. Well, I don't know how Quincy would react to that, but
he'd probably be flattered.
Sean, I'd love to have Billy Jack Haynes with us in some capacity, but the man has pretty much gone missing. Him and I had communicated via social media. The cell phone number I have for him no longer works. So unless you have something on him, I don't. If you do, hook a brother up. I want to give you guys what you want, as long as you guys, whether it be big or small, can find a way to contribute to financially make it a success. I'll give you guys all the time in the world. I'll present you any show you want if you'll prove that you'll pay for it. That's my only need, basically. Those super chats help, which you can do by clicking the S under the super chat button, or the premier chat box button, I should say. Now, that's a lovely lady right there, whoever that may be, in the blue.
Sky blue?
Yes. I don't know if I'd call that sky blue, but
well,
deep blue.
That's her name. Ooh.
Oh, her name is, well, you know better than I do.
Well, I was watching it.
I love the look of the one in the red, even though they made quick work of her. Dan is Jeffrey Dahmer's son. I guess I've been called worse.
How many brains have you melted with acid?
0 as of now. Luke, let me tell you something, brother. If you guys wanted Virgil and you guys were willing to pay for Virgil, I'd put up with Virgil. It's that simple. So if you guys want to do that, I leave it at your discretion. Dan needs some just for men's and some shoes that he can wear, maybe some Old Spice. Captain Swags, due to the condition I have from the car accident I was in, I can unfortunately not wear the atypical man shoes. I have to go with the slides, or it sets off a foot condition that you wouldn't believe.
You haven't tried like memory foam soles?
I've tried everything since 2008. Is that Stephen Wright?
Stephen Wright.
These fans, we get some funny folk that
Is he
join
even
us.
still alive?
I would hope so if they're going to ask if it was him.
My voice isn't deep enough to be Stephen Wright. I'm sorry.
Who were the next members of the Casino Battle Royale coming out? Well, the Diamonds. I'm not a big fan of the concept. Oh, anything with the Dark Order to me, if I was at home, would be something I'd want to be ready to change the channel with, but we have 1 of 5.
Oh, right into it.
Well, that they look like they wouldn't crack an egg, but
Yeah, they need to like stop being sexist and just let women beat the shit out of each other.
yeah, exactly.
I feel like it is sexist to have them go easier than the male wrestlers.
Now, who and what is this one? Kiera Hogan. All right, well.
Jay
Oof.
Cherry is asking you to call Lou.
What are we going to call Lou for? He was just here.
Yeah. Try to coax him into coming back here. Tell me
Now,
left.
he's done for the night. He was being a bit of a pussy.
Tell me left.
Hopefully
to-
no one was offended by that word, but that's what he was being.
Call Marty. We've tried.
We tried that too. There is Nyla Rose. Dear Lord. Oh,
Jay Cherry, Lou is whatever they say they are.
well, if you're unfamiliar with Nyla Rose, John C., she is transgender.
Who?
Nyla Rose.
Oh.
Don't get too excited.
I'm not a chaser.
No, all right. Well, I didn't say you were. I just thought you might be fascinated by that fact. Were you with us at our last Memorial Hall event?
I?
Yes.
No.
No, all right. One of them is at ringside right now. But since you have no idea what I'm talking about, I really can't impress you much. The lovely Vicky Guerrero.
Lazy Bum is saying that Marty is having a blast on Facebook right now. I don't know if you want to
Oh,
investigate
that's
that.
probably not for the best, and I probably don't want to be distracted by it right now. I feel bad for Marty when he gets in these predicaments. The people that brought him to the Gentlemen's Club made a big mistake, but you know what? It was not at my discretion. It is not something I would have done. I continue to try and do what I can to guide Marty in the right direction, free of any substances, Coca-Cola or less. I know he had a rough night. He missed his flight home from Jacksonville because he went to the gentleman's establishment and then the airport bar. And poor Marty had a rough night sleeping on the floor at the airport in Washington, D.C. And I think that's very sad.
Larson, thank you for staying with us.
Larson, you're a good man. We respect you. And the super chat button is open for business, baby. And that goes for everybody here that's watching All Out with us. Yeah, I don't know why I'm the Jeffrey Dahmer of sex, but
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Dave Rose wants Quincy as his date. Well, KP, if you knew to the extents I've gone to try and help Marty with people higher up the food chain than that, you'd be amazed. You have to choose to want it, you know, and he doesn't feel like he needs it.
So this,
I will say this, and I guess if you want something positive said about him, Marty was in much better condition this go around than the disaster that was last June. If that makes you feel any better, but he just shouldn't be drinking. And the people that he was with yesterday, I don't know if it wound up happening, but they said during their program they were going to bring him to a strip club. And I don't think that would do him any good at all. Lawson, thanks for your help and content, Dan. Your channel saved my life last year. You've said that before, Lawson, and that means a lot, buddy. I'm just glad we could provide you with some entertainment that kept you preoccupied and distracted from the things that were bothering you in life. That means a lot. Ferdinand thought you were Carlito. I wish Carlito was, nothing against John C., but I wish Carlito was with us. Carlito is one of my favorites. We've had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs over the years.
Devious Dave, make sure it's around the 13th, right?
Saturday night, November the 13th, baby. One place.
Memorial
Hall. I think maybe they need the tickets, the ticket link. I'm getting that itch. As I'm bored to death with this garbage in the ring right now. No offense to those that love women's professional wrestling. Hopefully you can respect my opinion that I don't. I'm glad
Marty
you
is
like
eating
it.
raw hamburger.
Oh. I mean, really, what more can you add than that?
If he gets a tapeworm, we'll take it out on a live stream.
I wish Marty was in a better place every day. 11:13, Melrose, MA. Back to the 80s, baby.
Dan, are you Jeffrey Dahmer's son?
The DNA tests say no,
What about
but they
Ted?
could be wrong.
What about Ted Bundy?
We're still waiting on the return on that one.
John Wayne Gacy?
That one came back negative.
Okay.
Do you guys have any picks for who is going to win this casino battle royale, or do you want to see who all the entrants are? Drew Tube, yes, I absolutely remember Frank. He was the ring announcer for our last live event before coronavirus struck. Great guy. The soundtrack to a lot of Boston Garden memories in the 80s and a lot of other New England venues. Dan, how bad did Iron Sheik get hurt in y'all's car accident? Well, he pretty much has to walk on his ankle, and it still hasn't had it fixed. So if that's any description, there you go. Prayers for Marty. I'm a recovering addict. It's not easy. You're right. I will donate $100 if you get Max Mini on the show. Now, I don't think Max Mini speaks English, so could you imagine me trying to interview a Spanish-speaking midget? Maybe you'd find it amusing. I don't know.
I have some friends at the rug store who might be able to help.
Really? They could translate.
Perhaps.
All right. But you're not sure.
Well, I mean, I know guys who speak both English and Spanish, but
This is the lovely Tay Conti. Some felt a mistake that WWE let her go. We'll see. Now, are these all the entrants, ladies and gentlemen? No, apparently not.
this is the format of wrestling I'm most familiar with.
This right here?
The Royal Rumble, like every 30 seconds type.
That's usually once a year.
I know, but so a Twitch streamer on Twitch that I'm a fan of. Every year he takes one of the like WWE video games. He makes a bunch of like goofy characters and the character creators, and he has them all fight in like a Royal Rumble.
The one I found amusing was during the Democratic presidential primaries. Someone had made the WWE video game characters of each one of them. I thought that, for whatever reason, I thought that was hysterical.
Do you remember who won?
I do not. I just remember watching it and I laughed out loud. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Marty and Sean need to reunite. Well, with some of the things that Marty says about Sean, I don't know. Wings of Redemption. I want to smell your sandals, Dan. Why is that?
Wings of Redemption.
I don't know.
That's not the famous Wings of Redemption, is it?
Are there more than one?
There is. I know of a streamer who's famous for his.
Is he a sandals guy?
I don't know.
Right.
He was famous for a while for being very. He would get made fun of a lot.
Oh, well, maybe they're having some fun with me. Michael, no, we have not had Don Morocco. I'd love to have Don Morocco on the show, but The gentleman does not want to leave the great island of Hawaii, so that means we'd have to go to him, which would be a very expensive endeavor. But I'd love to make it happen. Again, they want to know, is that Carrot Top's son?
Marty seems to think that I am Carrot Top.
You Carrot Top man. You Carrot Top man.
Carrot Top.
Poor Marty. I
Carrot
shouldn't
Top,
even.
can you go to the liquor store for me?
You know, I don't know if there's any. Most people, hey, how you doing? With Marty, it's hey, how you doing? Can you go to the liquor store for me?
Sorry, Marty, I'm 20.
Well, the party never ends. As much as I wish this women's casino battle royale would, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. But we hope you guys are having fun watching along with us. I enjoy these. We are going to be back as we celebrate our 20th anniversary weekend, the official weekend of our 20th anniversary, Sunday night, September 26th, which I think is, what's that, 3 weeks from tonight?
I'm bad at math.
I think so. 3 weeks from tonight, I believe Mr. Cena is going to be with us. Our friends from Red Rose Chinese Food are going to be with us. We're going to be having an auction for Connor's Cure to help the kids with pediatric cancer, all while we watch WWE Extreme Rules. It should be a lot of fun. We hope you will make plans to join us. Now, who is this?
Ruby.
Oh, the former Ruby Riot, Ruby Solo.
Solo or Soho?
Or maybe it is Soho. Well, you're right, Soho.
There's a very good song called Ruby Soho by the band Rancid.
Very solid addition to the AEW women's division right here. Recent WWE release.
I like her jacket.
Really? Now, why do you like it so much?
I've always liked the punk aesthetic.
Well, is this your prediction to win, folks? You think it'll be Big Jade Cargill? Very big Jade Cargill. The Mammoth Nyla Rose.
I know, Phil.
What did I miss?
I'm a big fan of Rancid and the whole genre of ska.
Me too.
Oh, you like ska music?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you know, like the
I just wanted to feel like I was involved.
The Mighty Boss Stones.
Yeah.
Like I would never knock on wood. You know that?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do.
The very like syncopated guitars with like the horn section.
All right. Well, now I feel a little more educated in what you were talking about, if nothing else.
A lot of people write off the whole genre, but
I would never do that. But Ruby, I think, is a nice little addition to AEW. What do you guys think about the debut of Ruby Soho in All Elite Wrestling? I think it's a great addition, and I'm someone that is not a giant female wrestling fan. You tell me. I want to know your opinion. Mine means very little. I'm just one voice. Granted, I'm in the studio, but I'm just one voice. What do you think, C?
About... Sorry.
The debut of Ruby Soho in AEW.
Is this her debut?
Yes. Fresh off of being axed from WWE.
This is the first debut I've seen. So
well, so this is monumental for you.
Yeah.
You'll never forget it.
I will never forget Ruby Soho as my first wrestling debut.
Now, do you think Kathy Piggott-Broder could be entering the
I think she
Casino
certainly
Battle Royale?
She certainly has the energy.
Yes. She would be one of the odds-on favorites to win, I think.
I just don't know if she has the strength, you know?
The fortitude.
Yeah.
You think she'd force the women to have tablecloths? I don't know.
I think she'd yell at any of them if they tried to grab a chair from under the ring. She'd say to get one of the stadium janitors to get it for them.
You gotta get one of the janitors. Oh,
custodians.
Few folks at home only knew what we were talking about. You'd buy 3 tickets,
We both
even
have
if you
bad
weren't
blood
going.
with this woman.
Now, what altercation did you ever have with Piggott?
Well, I was referencing when I said what I just said. We were doing a live, I don't know what you'd call it, traditional wrestling, like high school.
Amateur wrestling.
Like Olympic style, like
Amateur
wrestling.
wrestling, yeah.
Sure.
They don't call it amateur wrestling?
We just call it high school wrestling,
Okay,
varsity
fair enough.
wrestling.
City wrestling.
Like varsity wrestling, yeah. But we were doing a live stream at Memorial Hall every year. We did it. It was called Brawl in the Hall, and we needed an extra table, I believe, to put Domino's pizzas on. And my teacher asked if I could go get one, since I was not busy at the time. I went to go grab one out of the storage room where they keep them all. I had asked one of the janitors where they all were, one of the custodians. Very nice people.
The custodians are very nice.
I feel so terrible for it, having to have that as a boss.
The animal known as Piggott.
And as I was lifting the table out of the room, I'd gotten it through the door. I hear this shriek.
A shriek?
not a shriek, but I hear
Anger.
Yes, just pure anger. What are you doing?
To you or to the janitor?
To me.
Yeah.
To me. She's mad at me.
And what did you tell Piggott?
I'm like, I'm sorry. I just asked if I could get another one, and he said they were over here. I assumed that meant get it yourself. You know?
Yeah, like most people with a brand would.
I don't mind. It's only across a stage. It's not. I'm not going to throw out my back lifting a fold-out table across a stage.
And what did Piggott say?
She told me to put it back.
And did the janitor go and get it?
Yeah.
So she made you put the table back and had wow. Well.
Yeah.
Oh, we've heard a lot about Piggott on this show. I know Oscar is not happy with some of the comments she made about Dr. David Reese.
I am not familiar.
She said she told Chairman Manolian that even though Dr. David Reese would be in attendance, she didn't need any of his help. She didn't need any of that psychiatrist's help.
No.
I think maybe she may need it more than we know, but anyway.
I think she may be the #1 person in the city who needs psychiatric help.
Yeah, sure, rank right up there. And Marty said he'd be, if it would calm things down, he'd be willing to take one for the team with Piggott.
Take her out.
Throw her in that little corner office and take her back to the 80s in a different way. Just the name Piggott is so fitting.
Is that a middle name or a hyphenated last name?
No, that's her maiden name. You know, she's so
hyphenated
important.
Last. Okay.
Yeah, she didn't want to lose that. She was very proud of being a Piggott.
You don't want to get her confused with the other one. That's the thing.
There's other Piggotts.
No.
Oh, I was going to say I've never met another Piggott. The fans want Soho, John. Do you imagine what she'd look like with hair like you? There'd be a lot to hold on to, that's for sure.
That's true.
Wait a minute. This could be it right here. She should grab the rope.
Oh.
No. Right. Well, on wobbly legs.
Oh.
Stick a floor. That's it. Well,
there we go.
My prediction was right on that one. Good call by AEW.
That's what you get for having great taste in music.
Sets up a brand new challenger for the AEW Women's Championship. Very good. Very good. I thought the match itself wasn't much to write home about, but I think the ending was good, and I think the right person won. So there is yet another compliment from me towards women's wrestling tonight. Now, would you throw it in her, John? Is that your type of woman right there?
I'd have to get to know her.
You'd want. It's all about the personality with you.
Not all, but
But most.
a good
most.
portion.
Let's catch up on some of the live chat as I needed a break for a minute from this laptop.
Do you mind if I run to the bathroom?
Yes.
You do.
Why? No, go ahead. John J. Cherry wants to know, why won't you get a haircut, John C.?
I don't know.
You like it like that?
I don't like my hair short.
Yeah, well, that's one way to put it. He said if you couldn't hear him, he says he doesn't like it short. I said that's one way to put it.
No, my mic's on.
Please turn it off while you're in the bathroom. Yeah. Drew Tube, I agree with you, baby. I could go for some Kowloon right about now. Larson, if Annie would give you that treat, congratulations. Oh, Boston, you're at Kowloon again now. Well, please, if Andy is there, please tell him I say hello. I don't know why you'd want my used sandals, but you know what? I do keep them in pristine condition. I store them every night when I go home, as opposed to just leaving them out on near some door. Go for state, Dan. Stay cool. You are the best. Believe me, it's been a challenging few weeks dealing with some of the idiots we've been dealing with, who I will not even get into naming or reminding you all about. You know what I mean if you are fans of the show. It is nice to be here amongst friends, talking wrestling. That's what it's all about, baby. And we got a big week ahead. If you have not heard the news, beginning this Tuesday night, after NXT at 10 p.m., our new ECW theme series, Wrestling Insiders Extreme, premieres. If you liked ECW, you know nothing about ECW, I think you're going to love it. We hope you will set a reminder to tune in. Of course, give the show tonight a big thumbs up if you're having fun, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free, and you'll get a reminder about all the great videos we have coming out. I know our Vice President, Oscar, was involved with All Elite Wrestling all weekend in Chicago, near his native. Lazy Bum wants more Quincy. I'll tell you now, Lazy Bum, more than likely, the only time you'll see Quincy is at a live event or on Thursday night here in the studio. That's usually the only night he's here. And happy Labor Day to you, Almighty One. Who do you guys got in this one? Is it going to be MJF's big night, retiring Chris Jericho? Or does Y2J have more in the gas tank, baby? I like that almost Jerry the King Lawler-like robe he has on. Got a little Charlotte Flair right there. We're expecting the ropes open for him, but we're having I enjoy these watch-alongs so much. I wish I didn't have to do so many things at the same time. I wish Lou didn't vanish. I wish Charlie didn't vanish.
You wish I knew something
I wish
about
John
wrestling.
C. knew a little bit more about what he was watching, but I appreciate him with us nonetheless. Are we going to see Daniel Bryan tonight, folks?
Oh.
Or Bryan Danielson, I should say.
Oh, okay. I thought it went out.
Now, are you a fan of Fozzy, John C.?
Fozzy?
Fozzy.
The bear?
The band.
I've never heard of the band, I don't think.
Well.
The bear I've heard of.
Yeah, I knew the both, actually. But
personally?
No. Chris Jericho is the lead singer of Fozzy.
Oh.
It's a very, quite the experience when he comes out as the fans sing him to the ring.
Demo God. It's a good name. I like that.
Well, he draws very well in the key demographics for this company.
That was
This is almost like the acoustic version right now. What was that?
Was Chris Jericho a WWE guy?
Oh, he sure was from
Okay.
99 through about 2019.
I feel like that's a name I've definitely heard.
He's done some mainstream type stuff outside of
Like acting.
wrestling. Yeah, I don't know if I'd music. He's done some. Oh, what's that channel called? VH1. He's done some of those little shows where they have like 90 people making comments on things in pop culture, and if
What?
that makes any sense
Like
to you.
that I Love the 80s show or
Something like that, yeah. He's a good guy. We've helped promote some of his books in the past. A lot of respect for Chris. If he loses tonight, his career is over, John C.
really?
It's a retirement match stipulation. He
Huh.
wanted this villain in the ring so bad, he was willing to put it all on the line.
Oh, he was on Behind the Music?
That could be one of the shows. I don't remember them all by name. I remember some by sight.
Dancing with the Stars?
Yes, he did that one.
Wow.
I don't think he was on the one Dancing with the Rastanis, but
Dancing with Quincy.
I would tune into that one. But again, fans, we remind you, 3 weeks from tonight, we're going to be having a lot of fun for Clash. Oh, not, why do I keep saying Clash of the Champions? That was the original show. Extreme Rules, when we try and raise some money for the kids from Corner's Cure, which is an important thing to us. Because I feel lucky that the kids in my life, knock on wood, never came down with cancer, never took ill. And for those that have, we want to do everything we can to try and help the cause. We're going to have a great raffle where you can win anywhere from 6 to 12 prizes. We should have more information on that this week as I continue to try and go crazy, lining up everything for Las Vegas in a week's time when we head to Sin City, John C. I think your hair is already there.
Boston says he's currently at the Kowloon drinking a Mai Tai and enjoying some Saugus wings.
Well, tell him to send a big hello to Andy Wong for us. We wish we were with him. We were just there the other night. Had a delicious meal with Andy and company. Andy's a friend that goes back to 1996.
I don't think there's any better taste in the entire world of food than the sauce on Saugus wings.
That's your favorite taste?
One of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a little poontang pie?
I don't think I've ever partook.
Really?
No.
You've never been a connoisseur of that dessert? Well, going for the quick pin right there. Not enough to put away Jericho this early on.
G says you don't miss a meal.
I wish. Some of those punches weren't exactly Mike Tyson knockout blows. Sometimes a forearm is better than a punch if he can't lay in a good punch. They must have heard me, as now I'm seeing some forearms.
Jericho's got a bit of that Andre posture.
Andre posture?
Yeah, where
What do you mean by that?
he's sort of got like his legs straight, but then above that, just sort of a little bit diagonal. I guess you could also call it like Trump posture, whatever you want to call it.
I'm not quite sure if he's at 50 or right near 50, but hey, buddies. It'd be very sad if Jericho's career came to an end tonight. I still think he has a lot more to contribute in the king of sports professional wrestling, but every career has to come to an end at some point. I'm still trying to figure out, maybe you guys at home would know better than me, of AEW's 4 big pay-per-views each year, which one is considered the biggest? Is it this one where they began in Chicago a couple of years ago, or is it one of the other AEW pay-per-views? Do they have a defined quote-unquote WrestleMania, or are all 4, are they somewhat equal? I don't know. I do not know. As we continue to buffer here in the studio, I'm going to get ready to say, John C., why don't you get up and hit the button, and then it'll do it automatically.
G says he wants to see a Trump versus McMahon fight.
I think we saw that at WrestleMania 23 and 13 years ago, and that was more than enough.
I think now that would be extremely hilarious. Oh, no, it's good. Okay. Oh.
MJF looks in good shape. I don't know if he was training a little different for this match, but he looks in excellent condition. I think with MJF, to me, it all comes down to, and I know there's some people that believe it's not that important, but I think it's the size. You know, I think if you see someone of his stature on the street, do you think pro wrestler? Is it someone that puts intimidation in your thoughts? I mean, I know Chris Jericho isn't a very big guy, and he's much thicker and bigger than MJF. I think that's one thing that's missing from wrestling nowadays. I think most people, if they were honest, would say the same thing. Maybe the greatest group of athletes we've ever seen as far as what they can do move for move, night in, night out. But it's not always about the acrobatics. MJF's persona, though, is excellent. One of the finest heels in the industry right now. They've put together a feud where the fans have really wanted to see the match. So those are the efforts you have to applaud. Who do you have in this one, see?
Oh, he's trying to bite a finger off? Well, I don't know how much Jericho would want to retire. So I don't know if this.
Oh, wait just a minute. Don't let Lou see that. Give him some ideas.
I don't know if he wants this to be his last night, or if he's willing to go on further with his wrestling career.
Well, I think anyone, once they reach a certain age, should start to modify their schedule to some degree. But I think he's got a lot left in the gas tank. With all of the new arrivals that have been coming into AEW, I think there's a lot of fresh bodies for him to wrestle for the first time, which is always nice and fun. So I'd be surprised if this was it. AEW wants to be known as a company that lives up to its stipulations, which I also think is nice and actually respectful for the fans. But
Over the knee.
I don't think you'd build much stronger of a heel in MJF than if he was the man to end the career of Chris Jericho. One man's opinion. Who do you guys got? Let's go back to the what's this called? YouTube. Who do you got? Jericho or MJF? Size matters. Ask Annie. Well, I think Annie wouldn't be worried about that size, but
yeah, with Annie, it's more diameter.
Exactly. Man, do you want to see a Midnight Rider Chris Jericho? I don't know. John Ashley thinks it's going to be MJF's night. You missed a lot of. What did I miss? Ferdinand, I'm sorry. Was there a lot of chat that I missed? I'm a tired guy. I've been here now. Well, it's about 13 hours at this point. What did I miss? Anything?
10 p.m. is when I get my day's energy.
That's when you wake up, John.
It's not when I wake up, but, I get all my energy at 10 p.m. It
It's when you get all your energy.
rides out until about 2:30 a.m.
And that's when it's bedtime.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry if I missed anything good. Phil, if I missed anything worth repeating, please let me know, kind sir.
Larson, I don't think Rick B's been in the chat lately tonight.
I don't think Rick B's much of an AEW guy, so I'm not surprised by that. Hopefully, with tomorrow being a holiday, it'll be a nice quiet day here at the studio, and I can... Hey, Mark Smith, thank you, sir. This new guy on the show with you is actually pretty cool. I'm enjoying the watch along. Well, John, see, you've got at least one new fan.
That's all I need.
I believe CA is Canada. I'm going to guess.
Oh.
You even get Canadian fans that like
Wow.
you here. Well, I tell you, what do you think? The only good crew we have is that we put on set. We got John C. We got Howard. We got Jackie the Joke Man. We got, who else do we got? We had Captain Lou before he just snuck on that one night. Who else helps in the back? I can't even think.
Did you say Howard?
I did say Howard. Dave, I think you've met Dave, the one of the newer ones.
Scrivani?
Yep. I don't know if you wanted his name given out, but thank you for that.
I said it fast.
Well, Justin the intern. I don't know if you've met him. We're trying to drag Fancina out of retirement. She was spending her last night with Sophia the other night.
I didn't know they were still together.
Yeah. What a panting going on, I would imagine. That's their business, not ours.
Yes.
But I'll
Cecil the Lion.
Cecil,
I don't think he'll be coming back.
Cecil the Lion, another one. Knife in the back. Too much cocaine and too much autism isn't a good thing. Never mind being pet by Gary Michael Capetta and thinking you're a model after 6 years getting one gig. Cecil the Lion, another sorry sack of shit. Tell him, Phil. Tell him, brother. And I always like Cecil, another one that I went out of my way to try and help.
Well, he needs to learn not to cry over spilled cheese.
Yeah, and cry to people in text messages. Very rude individual screaming at women that I believe she's a Brazilian woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, over
I think there's two over in the deli.
Hoffman's cheddar cheese. You know, that's not a very nice human being.
The bald the other night that we bought dinner for.
That was Quincy Rastani. He's been a Goodwill ambassador here in Boston Wrestling MWF almost since day one. I believe Quincy joined us in 2002. He's only here in studio usually on Thursday nights outside of special occasions. But if you choose to join us live for our 20th birthday bash Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts, when we go back to the 80s, Quincy is going to be the Goodwill ambassador for our Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive raffle. So when it comes to Quincy, it's going to be loud. But other than that, expect the unexpected. He is a unique individual with a good soul. He is the best friend of Al Snow in real life. And he's just got a little touch of crazy in him.
And he's always got a song in his heart that he's never afraid to let out.
And again, several movie quotes that he knows very well.
That too. I think I've known Quincy technically longer than you.
How have you known?
Not longer than you have known Quincy, but I've known Quincy longer than I have known you.
Oh, I see what you mean. And how have you known Quincy so long?
Shaw's. I think you were
Oh,
with
just
him.
from going in?
I think you were with him, but
Screaming?
you only ever really talked to him just to get him to calm the fuck down.
Well, I am the lion tamer sometimes, I guess.
Oh, we got another.
Hey, Dave Kruger, keep up the good work, Boston. With great fans like you, you help make it happen. Salute, sir. Thank you very much. A week from now, when we're in Las Vegas and lining up those great guests to interview, you can know you're part of the reason why it's happening.
Oh, that's a good question.
What's that?
Ferdinand asks, if you could save one wrestler's career, who would it be? I don't know how much of a save they mean, if they mean bringing back from the dead or...
Yeah, could you be a little more specific? And I'd be happy to answer it.
Or maybe a current wrestler that's just fallen to the wayside.
I mean, you're looking to bring someone out of retirement?
I think they're talking about currently, like people who are working, who just...
Whose careers are going nowhere?
Yeah, they just seem to not give a shit or like maybe like aren't trying the hardest or doing the wrong thing. Oh, man. He's crying like a baby.
I would do more with the stagnant, if not dead, career of Shelton Benjamin in WWE. Ivara the War Raiders is someone I'd like to do more with if I had a magic pencil and worked within that company. In AEW, once healthy, I would do more with Ricky Starks. I think he's phenomenal.
Oh, okay. They say alive or dead.
Dead would be pretty tough.
Marty Jannetty.
I think Marty's best days are behind him. I think he needs to stay out of the ring.
I think even without all the substances flowing through him, I think he would be out of it by now.
You got to remember, excuse me again, fans, after 13 hours, I think putting Marty back in the ring would be a bad idea.
Oh, we got another super chat.
Who do we got now?
No
From
message.
KPKP. You know what, brother? You're okay in my book. If you're a man, if you're not, I apologize. I don't want to offend anyone. I know I did it once by accident, and I was very apologetic about it. That's a term we use in wrestling. Brother. You know, it's ingrained in my heart and in my soul. I apologize if I have ever offended anyone. Just know it is not my intent.
You got it right.
Well, I got it right. All right. Thinking about this one, Ferdinand. Brian Pillman. I still think Brian Pillman's a little green. I think there's great potential in Brian. I think it remains to be seen in the end where he goes. Oh, wait a minute. Is that Wardlow? There's someone I think has great potential.
He looks like he spent 90% of high school in the weight room.
If not more. Jack Swagger was certainly one that could have been done more with in WWE.
The other 10% in American Eagle.
There you go. Could we be setting something up? Maybe does he have the ring in his tights? He's got the bat.
Larson says you are the son of Jesus Christ. I think that may be a bit blasphemous.
How did you know, Larson? How did you know? Could this be the career of Chris Jericho we're watching right now, John C.?
Who knows?
You really don't care.
It's not that I don't care.
Yeah.
It's just like,
No, leg on the rope. Oh, wait a minute.
That's it?
No, I'm sure another referee or official is going to alert them about the accident with the leg on the rope as we continue to buffer. Oh, wait, even the referees, the announcers are angry. Well, the referee needs to do more than just watch the shoulders. Maybe they need a little instant replay tonight. Well, they're making the right call. The match is not over, John C.
Dave Kruger wants to know if you bump into the Duke at all anymore.
The Duke has been battling some health issues. I'd love to have the Duke with us at Back to the 80s. He has an open invite at this studio at any live event anytime he wants to make it happen. But I leave that at his discretion. We just hope he is...
Drew Tube says Bret Hart would be great with you.
I think so too, Drew. I don't know if you heard the conversation we had earlier about the top 5 guys alive that I'd like to interview, but Bret was one of them. Sometimes what he may lack in personality, he makes up for in the meticulous notes and records that he kept throughout his career and where he was with WWE for so long. I think it would be some great content. The only problem is it would cost a small fortune. The man is not cheap. And I get it. He's earned it. He's earned the right to call his own shots. But, if you guys want to make it happen, you are more than welcome to start up some kind of a little drive on your own or something like that. And I would be happy to extend the offer to have Bret come down from Calgary and join us.
Why don't you have like a GoFundMe for it?
I think it's awkward when you attach someone's name to it.
That's true.
On their own.
Before
you know what
they've
I mean?
agreed.
Yeah.
Maybe see if you can get in contact with him. Set it up. You can do like a telethon thing.
A Bret Hart telethon. I don't know. What is the status of he tapped out? Chris Jericho's career remains intact. Can people even get in and out of Canada right now? I don't even know.
I think you just need a test.
Need a test.
I think before and
All
after.
right, well, maybe we could get Bret in. KP, the thing with Scott Hall is a lot of the times you're never going to know what you're going to get. And if I get the wrong Scott Hall, we've had enough of the wrong people on the wrong days. You know what I mean?
The thing, if you do try to get Bret Hart here, I think you should get him an open-ended return ticket in case like the test takes longer.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because you need to get I think how it works for most countries right now is that you need a test going in and a test coming back.
Makes sense.
And if that test is late, you're going to have to buy another ticket.
Well, I think they're making it, I don't want to know, I don't know if saying making it too difficult is the right way to word it, but they're not making it easy. How many matches do we have left, guys? I know we have Punk in the World Championship match.
Oh, with Sting? I love the Police.
It won't be that Sting. And will we see the debut of Daniel Bryan? Top 5 wrestlers, dead or alive, Phil? Is that what you're asking me? These guys have got questions tonight. They came locked and loaded.
Yeah.
How about on a day I'm not here before 10 o'clock, and then I'm still here at 10 o'clock at the PM version? See, when I do these shows in the morning, I'm just ultra grumpy and ultra miserable. And then if I'm here this late at night, a lot of the times I'm just exhausted. I'm trying to figure out what my schedule should be for tomorrow. And John C. he skateboards. This is CM Punk's first match, John C. in 7 years, believe it or not.
Oh.
I don't know if you're familiar with CM Punk.
I've heard the name. I think there's a picture around here somewhere, right? Yeah, that's him over there, way in the corner, right? With the X's on his bandages.
Yes, yep. It's not a new picture, but it's a picture of him nonetheless. Sure, that would go for a few bucks if we put it up on Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall.
Probably.
Bruno, Flair, Ben. You know, Ferdinand, those aren't bad. I don't think Brett was ever really enough of a draw to qualify top 5 of all time. Austin and Hogan, I would agree with almost automatically. Bruno, I know, is a top 6 in WWE history.
They got him in a body bag dangling from a helicopter.
That's how they're going to get me to the studio tomorrow. They're just going to drop me on the roof. I would say you'd have to go with Hogan, Austin, Rock. As much as I'm not a Rock guy, I'm just going based on numbers.
He just jumped out.
He should just keep falling and have him come down.
Into
Oh,
the
geez,
ring.
you know, there's so many, you know, you got Andre, you'd think he belongs on there. You got Undertaker, you'd think would belong on there. You've got Bruno that you'd think would belong on there. You've got Flair that you'd think would belong on there. It's tough to pick just 4. The top 3 I have no problem with, even if they're not my own personal favorites.
So do you know if he's more of a street skater or a vert skater?
I wouldn't know how to differentiate.
Street
I know
is
he's
like,
on a skateboard that rolls.
street is like jumps, flips, grinds, manuals.
Well, you're going to see right now, I guess.
And then vert is like the grab tricks, your turns, your twists.
Do any of you guys have any idea what he's talking about? I would have to throw Shawn Michaels on because I think Shawn is just the greatest of all time, match in, match out, night in, night out.
He is a street skater, Ferdinand.
I'm not talking about Shawn Michaels. Oh, I mean,
No, he's. I think
he's talking about Darby Allin. Okay.
Yeah.
And for my own, I would probably replace Rock with Undertaker just based on longevity. But my God, there's just so many you're leaving off. I don't think Rock's contributions were as great to wrestling as they seem. I just know the numbers were there from the time I worked there. But this should be another great moment in AEW history right now. Let's pause for a moment and take it in as CM Punk returns for his first match in 7 years in his hometown of Chicago, Illinois.
So do you see AEW
And
maybe?
he keeps talking. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm maybe taking over like WWE's spot as like the #1 wrestling organization. No, never.
I can see them, if they play their cards right, if they have pacing and patience and common sense, being a very profitable company. But to reach what WWE has been doing since the 1960s and just hop, skip, and a jump over them really quick, I think it's going to take quite a while for them to even be in that conversation. Again, one man's opinion. Phil, I absolutely can agree with you wanting to see Holly on that list, but to me, I don't know. I mean, does the average person walking down the street have any clue who Holly Race is? If you're talking about your 4 greatest of all time, I think the fans should be, they should be household names to some degree.
Hockey May says Punk always looks like he already got beat up before the match.
Not much has changed in 7 years. Are you guys excited about CM Punk's return tonight? They are in Chicago, but are they going to get that same reaction everywhere they go?
Looks like he hasn't gotten out of bed for 3 days.
Well, he hasn't wrestled in 7 years, so maybe he took his time. AEW was wise to purchase the rights to the theme song he used in WWE. Are you familiar with this song, John C?
I've heard it before. Yeah.
Oh,
It got,
dear Lord.
who's this?
I don't even want to say out loud, but the folks at home will.
I mean, is it someone whose name begins with a T or
No,
okay.
but involved in it.
Involved in it? Is it the other show?
Not exactly.
A neutral
I'll
party?
tell you after the fact. Not exactly. Is there anyone that doesn't think CM Punk wins tonight?
I don't think you can make your first return after 7 years and not win.
Well,
unless they want to do a sort of redemption arc thing with him.
you'd make Darby Allin an ultra superstar in one night if you were to go that route. Like I mentioned about MJF, if he were to end the career of Chris Jericho, imagine what that would do for his stock. But
what's this? Are they meditating? Oh.
It's electric in Chicago. I know Oscar is there right now, probably enjoying a fine meal as he watches this. Yeah, I think that would really cheapen it, Phil, if they went the route of having Sting do a run-in. I don't think this match needs it, but one man's opinion. And they didn't call to ask for mine, believe it or not. Maybe they should have. Maybe they should have. Maybe that's what's missing. Maybe that could have made a good show even better as we buffer, not to be confused with Michael or Bruce. You know what I like about this computer, John C. at home? I'm able to get my background to be all dark so it doesn't hurt my eyes. And on this one, I have, oh wait, I think I just figured it out. Twitter. Here we go. Lights out.
Yeah, dark mode.
Lights out. There we go, baby. Done. Who do you guys got? I want it. Just one word. Punk or Allen? Punk or Allen? He's got that white face paint all over him already.
Mark Smith says I'm assuming he means it would be a big mistake if he lost. Punk lost in UFC. He can't lose now.
That's a good point, Mark.
So
I remember, the funny thing is my former sidekick, co-host, Tony, said, oh, no one would care about seeing CM Punk wrestle again. He lost in UFC. Well, as you saw by the reaction he's got the first couple of nights, the fans were very excited to see Mr. Punk back in the squared circle.
So is that what he's been doing for the last 7 years?
No, he only had a couple of fights. I think he just, where he had the popularity to have some value to UFC, I think UFC took the risk on someone that broke into the sport far too late. I think he had one draw and one loss, if I remember right. And the only reason one was a draw was because the guy got popped for a steroid test, I believe. So, I don't know. The fans sure seem happy right now. I know that. And I know you're going to be happy if you join us live at Back to the 80s, Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts, when we go back in time to the golden era. We're planning on having 8 featured 80s legends along with the superstars of today and tomorrow that are going to blow the roof off of Memorial Hall. And, that hall is getting so old, it almost seems like they're holding it down with Scotch tape. It might not be that hard to blow it off, but I think our electricity will bring the heat, though. What do you think, kid?
I think that building will not be standing after we're done with it.
Yeah. Do you think the janitors will have to put the roof back on the hall if we blow it off?
I think there'll be a revolution, and Kathy herself will have to put it back together by hand.
Where's my roof? Well, I'm still proud of Marty Jannetty that he's willing to take one for the team with Piggott.
Will he be there?
Yes, he will.
Oh.
God willing.
In that case, I'll have to be there.
God willing. He said he's willing to, take one for the team. And better him than me. I was going to ask you, but Marty volunteered.
Yeah, I don't think I would have said yes.
No. Now, what if there was cash involved?
That depends.
That was Howard's answer. He said, how much? And I respect him. Yeah, at least he was willing to try and help the cause with the animal, the monster known as Piggott.
If I got enough for maybe like a year's tuition,
Well, considering you don't go to school, what would that exactly entail?
I'd go to college.
Oh, you'd go to college with the money with banging Piggott. Well, what would the rug store do? Offer Jackie a spot back?
Dave Kruger still wants a Are We on TV shirt. Marty Jannetty.
Oh, please do. If you knew how much that phrase annoys me from him. Oh, Marty. I just hope he's all right. I know you guys were talking about the crazy YouTube videos he was making, but
I'm sorry, what were you asking me? That question was just funny. I had to.
which part now?
It's about college, I believe.
Oh. We're making love to Piggott.
That was involved. I said it would have to be enough.
Significant.
Yeah, that's about like what, 10, 12K?
Someone offered you 5, would you do it?
5K?
Yeah. $5,000 for a half hour with Piggott.
A half hour?
15 minutes.
15 minutes?
$5,000.
I mean, that's more than minimum wage, I guess.
Yeah, much more.
I don't know. It depends.
Now, would you have to have an alcoholic beverage before
Perhaps quite a few.
engaging in this?
Perhaps.
I know one
quite-
fan, I know you're probably not familiar with the show, but they wanted to know what Piggott looked like. And I said, well, probably the best analogy I could give would have been Mrs. Garrett from The Facts of Life, only much angrier and stern. I don't know if you're familiar with The Facts of Life. It was an 80s sitcom. I think Piggott has a little Mrs. G in her. But, again, one man's opinion. I sure hope Piggott never comes across these, but we just want to have someone we can get along with.
I don't think she has much interest in wrestling. She does not seem like the type.
Well, she likes to include wrestling every time she tries to rent the hall. When someone's on the bubble, she says, we even have wrestling in here. We even have wrestling in here.
I think, Ferdinand, I think what Phil is trying to say, I would take one for the team with Piggott if I could use a foreign object.
Whoa! You'd want to use a foreign object on Piggott?
No, I think instead of.
Would you use an object on Piggott?
That's what Phil's saying.
Would you?
If I got paid $5,000, maybe.
Well, what if we went less?
Less?
If there was an object involved. Now you've got me very interested in this. I think Marty's willing to do it for free.
What, you saying that you would take more to use a foreign object?
No, I think if you were going to use an object, I think it would be worth less.
Oh, you're saying I'm trying to rob you?
I think yeah. I think if it was,
I mean, if it got her to never bother you again, would any price be too high?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we could always find a new venue, I guess. But I like being down the street.
True.
I like the fact that in our history, this is the biggest advance we've ever had. I think that's a pretty cool thing. I think we're in for a great night, November 13th, as long as, the virus doesn't go crazy again or anything like that. And
Fingers crossed.
the superstars are all ready to be with us. We've got so many surprises, so many things we haven't announced yet. And I just know that we're going to deal with the monster known as Piggott.
Please do not bother her. It will,
If
in
you
the
want to
end-
bring signs that say Piggott sucks, feel free. If you want to chant it, we may have a discount for the event. I want, like you hear in CM Punk, I want Piggott sucks, Piggott sucks.
How much do you think it would take to get her in the ring?
She's probably already been in the ring. She probably kicks the shit out of her husband. Should I say that?
I think that's slander.
Well, it's an opinion. Is someone's opinion slander?
I think if you state specifically, this is purely conjecture.
Fucker. Pain in the ass. For all we've had to go through in that fine facility, but all we want to do is give fans great action, like we're seeing right now with Darby Allin and CM Punk here at AEW All Out. The athletes are going all out for your enjoyment.
Phil, are you saying you're going to pick up menthols?
Oh, Phil, yeah, Phil, he does the run for some family members to get the discount Newports.
Well, you can't even get menthols in Massachusetts. You have to go to New Hampshire.
Maybe that's what he meant. I don't smoke, so I don't completely understand the technicalities of that. But
menthols are like flavored. They're like minty cigarettes, but they made them illegal in Massachusetts.
oh, maybe that's what he meant. Okay.
Obviously, it still tastes like a cigarette, but
I just couldn't imagine wanting to. I couldn't imagine spending the money on it. But that's
respect
one
that.
man's opinion.
I
Do you
respect-
smoke, John C?
like once or twice.
A week?
Ever.
A day? Or total?
When I was in Germany,
You did a little smoking. What did you smoke in Germany?
just a cigarette.
Tobacco?
Yes.
Nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else.
Have you ever smoked anything like that here in the United States?
No.
Not even with Fanfest.
I have partaken in the gimmick a few times
With Cecil the Lion.
with Cecil the Lion, with our good friend the drummer.
Oh, he's a medicine man?
Oh yeah,
Oh, well, I'm not surprised. but
big time.
it must have been the glasses that gave it away.
You think that's an indicator
Yeah.
with the rimmed glasses? Or?
Yeah. Yeah. He's a big fan of his rimmed glasses. Now, we haven't seen him in quite a while. We should try and line him up for November 13th. Make it a big reunion. Maybe he can play the drums before the event begins. Could we see a finish right here, John C? No. 2 3/4 on that one.
Our good friend, the lanky one that was in my group. We won't name him for legal
The
reasons.
lanky one.
We won't name him for what?
N?
Yeah. He's partaken in the paper squares.
That doesn't surprise me in the least. There isn't much about him that I would say would have surprised me when it comes to that.
In fact,
Oh, look at that. Good little spot right there. Knocked him out of the ring.
once on a school trip, he took them on the bus ride.
You know, for some reason, I think I remember him telling me that.
He told you that?
Yeah.
Huh.
He used to draw me all those pictures, and
He's quite the artist.
he's a unique individual. But you don't have communication with him.
It's not that I don't. I just haven't reached out to him.
Yeah.
It's on me, definitely.
So in other words, you've had no communication with him.
Yeah.
That's kind of how that works.
Tell this kid to get a haircut. I'll have you know, every old lady that I talk to says she loves my hair.
You think they just want to pull on it?
They say they want it. They say they wish that they had my hair.
You think Louise wants to squeeze you now, as opposed to your former thoughts?
I hope not.
She wanted to, remember, you wanted to squeeze her at one point.
I have never said this.
You think Fancier ever had any impure thoughts about Louise?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe. Maybe. You don't know for sure.
Yeah, I'm not in her head.
But I'm very happy that we may be dragging her out of studio retirement.
Dragging is right.
No, no. She said she wanted to get back down here.
Oh, she
and
does. That's
my
good.
question was, well, where have you been?
Probably at school.
Well, she had all summer. Unless they were busy panting together. Like 2 dogs in heat. But no, I always liked everybody in your crew other than the one that was a little on the, shall we say, slow side. I don't know if his heart was in it. You know what I mean?
The last one?
Yeah.
I mean,
There were 4 of you that seemed interested in what we were doing until the professor bored you to death, and then
I think he knew it was an easy route to take. This is one of the easier internships to take.
it certainly is. There isn't a lot to do, but it can also lead to boredom.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ferdinand asked, seems like an open question, what our drinks of choice are.
For right now or in general?
I think he's just talking about in general.
I like whiskey, I like vodka, and I like rum. I don't like beer and I don't like wine. Takes too much for you to get something going. You know what I mean?
For me, I like ciders.
You're a cider guy.
Yeah. I like a good vodka soda, some vodka and seltzer. Yeah.
Now, are you old enough to drink?
Yes.
You're 21?
Yes.
I'm going to have to check your ID. What this is, Malden?
What?
What do you think this is, Malden?
I don't know what you mean by that.
No,
I also quite like Jägermeister.
you're a Jägermeister guy.
Yeah, I like the it's very few people like black licorice, and I think that comes across in Jägermeister, the black licorice flavor.
Well, even though it kind of fits the quota, right? I like my not Red Bull, Fireball.
Fireball's
Fireball
good.
guy.
I like Fireball.
Warms you right up on a cold
Oh,
winter's night. Oh, wait a minute. Rolls them up right there. Could be Upset City.
Ferdinand, I agree with you. IPAs are like drinking a loaf of rye bread. It's not fun.
Most people that know me through wrestling look at me as this raging alcoholic because, well, they only see me.
Hey, you're a functioning alcoholic.
No. They only see me when, after live events or engagements like this. And sometimes I feel like with all the work I've put in, I've enjoyed a drink or earned a drink, I should say. But that's probably the only time you'll see me with a beverage. There are months that go by where I don't have an adult beverage, so to speak. And then there are times where it adds up and I just say, you know what, like the other night when we were at Kowloon, as a matter of fact, I had many.
It's moderation.
This should be it.
Moderation's important.
Good finish. Yeah, if you're doing it on a regular basis, you got a problem.
Ooh, vodka screwdrivers or vodka with cranberry juice? I've never had that. I've had a screwdriver.
I like vodka with just about any kind of juice. I love vodka with lemonade. I love vodka with OJ. I love vodka with cranberry juice.
It's very neutral. It'll go with most things,
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know the name of this drink, but
yeah,
have you ever?
It's one of my favorites.
No. But have you ever mixed Fireball and apple cider?
No.
It's so good.
Fireball is relatively new to me. My good friend Uncle A, and I don't mean the letter A, I mean AY, as I go, but he thought it would be one I'd enjoy for the holidays, and he gave me some, and I sure enjoyed it for the holidays. But I'm trying to think off the top of my head if either of the kids have ever, I don't even think either of the kids have ever seen me have a drink.
Has Marty Jr. had a drink, or is he too young?
You better not. The little one.
How old
I know
is
the
he?
older one
16?
has. Oh, no. You know what? I'm wrong because, yeah, he's at his birthday party. Me and his older brother, who's of age, had a couple of drinks each. So he has seen me drink at least once. But I mean, when we go on family vacations and such, it's not like I sit there just downing them. Save that for Linda.
Rum and Coke is a classic, Mark Smith.
What did you guys think of that one? Was anyone surprised at the end? Must be a nice moment for CM Punk 7 years. Wait a minute. Sting is coming to check on his protege, I guess. Either that or maybe set up a match for Full Gear in November.
Bear Grove 420 wants to know.
Hey, my friend AZ.
Wants
does
to know if
Dan-
you toke.
No, I do not. I'll tell you this, though, brother, and maybe you might be the man I need to talk to. I need some of that CBD oil for when I have to fly next week. Where should I get it from? It's the only thing that helps my lower back.
You could probably get it at the dispensary in Melrose.
Is that when you have to go through the whole ID process, though, or is it easy?
CBD, I don't know if you need an ID for CBD from a dispensary.
Oh,
Shaw sells CBD.
They do?
Yeah, they got it right next to the lottery.
So why would I go to the dispensary?
I don't know. If you want to,
You know what's even better?
they probably have more selection.
I should send Gwenzy to go and get it. Can you imagine? Yeah, I need some CBD oil. I really don't know what it is, but it helps my back tremendously when I fly. And that Vegas trip is a long flight.
Yeah. I recently, I told you I went to Arizona, right?
I don't think so.
I thought I did. Yeah, that was,
Oh, no, wait, maybe you did. Where in Arizona? Was it Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix area.
I think you did tell me.
Yeah.
But it was one of those days where I was super stressed and I was only kind of like listening to a third of everything that was coming into my head.
Yeah, it was like a 3 a.m. flight that I had to get on.
3 a.m. flight?
Yeah, and I'm
From where?
Logan to Phoenix.
The flight left at 3 a.m.?
Yeah,
Really?
it was cheap as hell. That's what.
Oh,
And I had the bright idea to just like, I wasn't gonna go to bed. I don't want to wake up at 3 a.m. So I just stayed up until 3 a.m. It was, I swear, it felt like the longest flight. I've been on like 7-8 hour flights, but that 5 hour flight felt worse.
I just, what my body has gone through, the flights are just awful. Awful, awful, awful. That's why if WWE or even AEW ever wanted me with them again, the travel would kill me. But for the money and for the love of the sport, of course, I would absolutely say yes.
Well, maybe then you'd get some enough
I get high
capital
quality
to get
CBD.
or get some leg room.
AZ, I don't think they have the CBD here in Boston at the gas station.
They might.
Banter with the boys. Talk to your friend in Jersey.
Check next door. They might.
Oh,
have.
I know who that is. Talk to my friend in Jersey. I didn't know that was something that they'd be bantering about down there in New Jersey. But just to be able to get through that flight nice without being, the whole way would be nice. And then not to get off the plane and want to go, would be nice. Because again, we have to take 6 cases of video equipment with us to make these great productions happen. So it's well, you know what, Ferdinand, then there is that, the Klonopin route. I just afraid I would, when I take something like that, I wake up rather grumpy. The CBD had me in good spirits.
Or perhaps, if you went a little bit further than CBD,
A little further.
right before the flight,
Yeah.
you do toke. You might be able. You get the effects of the CBD, and you might just be able to sleep through the flight. Maybe take an edible or something.
Well,
I see the gears turning in your head
yeah.
and on TV.
Oh, there's 2 matches left. Oh, they changed the date of the pay-per-view. Great. Oh,
Phil, in Massachusetts, like every store has it now.
What were we saying again?
Maybe you
Oh,
take
the CBD oil.
take an edible before you go on the flight. A THC edible.
THC. What does THC stand for?
That's the full high.
And where do you get that from?
The dispensary. You can get edibles. You can get gummy bears. As long as you don't take them on the flight, you're good.
I'd have to take them beforehand.
Yeah, they take about like half an hour to kick in.
Well, it's an early morning flight, that's for sure.
Yeah, just wake and bake, take 2 or 3. You could probably
wake and bake? What are you talking about? For a gummy bear?
Well, it's just a term.
Oh.
But yeah, they take a while to kick in. They can take up to like an hour sometimes.
Well, I'm trying to think who around here might be able to help me with this process.
You go to the dispensary has edibles. It's right on the Melrose
Yeah,
border.
but I'm not a dispensary kind of guy, I guess maybe is the way to put it.
You're trying to get them through other means, is what you're saying.
Well, no, I know when I had those bottles of the
oil,
they mailed it to me. It was nice and neat, where it's all about convenience. But I don't know if I'd have enough time to get it to me in time for...
I think there's places that do delivery now, too.
They could get it to me in time for Saturday morning?
This Saturday?
Yeah.
I think you can do it like Uber Eats style.
Really?
I might be wrong, but I think that's
how much extra would they charge for that, though? You know, I'm a very frugal individual.
I don't know.
Well, maybe the great fans will be able to offer some suggestions for this. And this is, you may be familiar with this gentleman, John C. In WWE, he was the Big Show.
Yeah, that's the thing. Dave Kruger's right. That's right. If you have a low tolerance, you might freak out a little bit on the plane.
On what? On what?
A low tolerance to...
But freak out on what?
What do you mean on what?
What am I going to freak out on the plane?
Just general plane things. I don't know.
But if I take that oil, I've done that before.
No, if you take an edible.
Oh. Well, I got a couple of people I'm thinking of in mind right now. But are you familiar with the Big Show, John C?
The Big Show.
The Big Show.
The Big Show.
The Big Show. Yeah, right here.
Is he the big one?
That would be my guess. Yeah.
Not the one that just comes over the ropes?
7-foot tall monster.
Oh my God.
He'd need a lot of CBD oil to go through that body and make it work. He's not, I may be a big guy, but I'm not that big. Making his AEW debut.
He just slapped his chest.
Yeah. Just signed with AEW this year after being with WWE since 1999, John C. Big recruit.
So are like a lot of the early 2000s, late 90s guys signing with
there have been a few, and there's also been a few, I guess what you'd call recent releasees that have signed with them. So it's been a nice mix. It certainly bolstered their roster. I don't think AEW was under the impression they'd be able to have access to so many of these people. CM Punk, for one, I know everyone had wanted for quite a while now. And Daniel Bryan was just in the main event of the WrestleMania show this year. What's so funny?
Phil says maybe some psilocybin chocolate.
Way over my head.
That's mushrooms.
Oh. I think that might be just a tad much for me.
You'd stare out the window the whole time.
I'll stare out the window anyway.
Yeah, but you'll see more than clouds and trees.
Well, I don't know if I want to do that then. We've got a very busy week ahead in Las Vegas. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of great superstars we're trying to line up for you. It's going to be a crazy week for me trying to finalize it, trying to get the interviews ready, trying to get the 8x10 photos ready, and all that jazz. Trying to get all the transportation ready for out in Las Vegas once we get there, which can be a nuisance when you have so much, my gosh, 6, like I said, cases worth of equipment we have to bring with us. on top of the regular luggage. That's a lot, John C.
Oh, Big
They
Show.
might have to pack you.
Big Show was in Jingle All the Way. I've never seen that movie, but I know what it is. That's the one with like Schwarzenegger, right? And he's trying to get the toy for his kid.
I had no idea he was in that movie. I'm familiar with it, but I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing. This is just turning into a big schmaz, and I don't like it.
Albert, I'm John C.
John C. Riley, in case
John C. Riley, not
just any John C. or John Cena Sr.
Cena the Third.
Could be it. Stick a fork in QT Marshall. At least they were smart enough to know to keep it quick so the fans weren't bored and itching to go home. I think that's going to take us to our main event, John C.
Oh.
The AEW Championship will be on the line unless there's one more match I forgot about, like this one.
If you do want mushrooms, though, Dan, I know a guy.
I'd like you to know a CBD oil guy. Are you saying Shaw's is a place I can get this?
Yeah, you can get. I don't know if you can get like the stuff that you put under your tongue.
Where else would I put it then? At my ass?
No, they have like lotions.
Oh no, I don't want lotions. I want that.
Yeah, you let it sit there.
Yeah,
They might have it. I don't know.
possibly.
I mean, next time you're in there with Quince, or you're leaving.
Well, I've only got a few days to go.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very concerned now.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's Labor Day.
they'll be open. It's a grocery store.
Well, no, I'm just trying to think of what my week ahead looks like. I have to deal with the printers. I've just got so much going on between the live event and ba.
Dave Kruger wants your opinion on Don Callis.
I think he's a very effective character with Kenny Omega. I think he's a nice accessory piece. Who is this now? Oh, Nicholas Hill. What? Did I say that out loud?
Is he naked?
I am not going to look. Who's the mock with me on screen? That's John C. Riley.
Who's texting?
A good, long-time, close personal friend of mine from New Jersey.
Ah,
He's not impressed with your hair. Dan, you will lose your mind on. What does that say?
that's a mushroom.
Oh. No, I don't see Dan doing that.
I got you, Dan, on THC edibles.
Who said that?
That's the same guy.
Can you get him to me by Friday, brother?
THC edibles are the real deal.
But no, so you think that's too much for me?
Depending on how much you take. If you take like 1.5, 2, you'll probably be all right.
But those drops, I'd usually take 3 or 4, maybe.
See, the thing is, the drops are completely different. The drops, you don't get like the weed high.
I don't really care what the supposed high is. I just don't want my back to feel like
it'll
killing
have
me
the same stuff.
2 or
in
3
it.
hours in. You know what I mean?
If I'm correct, THC does also have the like CBD just in it by default.
By default.
Yeah, I think they just go together and then they separate the CBD from the THC.
All right.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I'm glad we've got a lot of experts watching. So that we have a high-class audience here that joins us here in the Boston Wrestling Watch-Alongs here in AEW Dynamite. Malachi Black, this man just came from WWE a couple of months ago, so he's kind of a newbie. Still kind of a youngin'. What's that?
Our gimmick gurus in the audience will let us know if I'm wrong.
Well, let's see what else are they saying. You could take 2. Now, I'm not a bong hit type of guy, Dave.
I'm sorry, Fox guy.
He's trying.
No, he's right, but
just the pain I'm in right now sitting through a watch along. Compare it to an airplane when I'm stuck in a little seat. It's just awful. Awful, 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 awful. Should I say it one more time? Awful. I need to get a new little pillow too. Because I used to have not like this big one that I have with me now. I used to have my little pillow I'd take with me on flights and to Red Sox games and so on. And I left the damn pillow at the Red Sox game. So I'm going to have to go to, I don't know, if a Target or a Walmart would be the right spot to find a a comfortable yet inexpensive pillow. This is Andrade. This is my guy. I'd make him the #1 heel. It's just me. But it's main event time on pay-per-view, see? Who do you got?
I mean, I know who Kenny Omega. Sorry, I know who Kenny Omega is.
Yeah.
So I'll root for him.
Did you know he was a former Boston Wrestling MWF superstar?
I think you told me.
I bragged about that.
Because the reason I know him is the time I've mentioned this before. The time he came out dressed as a cartoon skeleton from a video game.
You were impressed by that.
I don't know if I was impressed. I was more surprised.
It made you happy. You resonated with him.
Thank you, Dave Kruger. That means a lot.
What did Dave say?
He said that was great. My first time on the show.
Well,
Says we got good chemistry. I'm entirely new to wrestling. This is...
just think the past few weeks, for the very first time, they've seen you, Captain Lou, Quincy. I mean, a whole new generation is coming out for the 20th birthday of Boston Wrestling MWF.
Oh, it is?
Well, I don't know. It
Not
really
today,
wasn't
but
planned. It just kind of happened that way. All right, baby. What time do we got right now? It is, what, 11:13?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going a little late tonight, but that's all right. Victor, thank you for the tip, brother, but I need something before I get on the plane. I want something that I can take like when I wake up and I'm getting ready to go in the shower. I can take a couple of drops, and then by the time my ride comes, I know I'll be in decent shape by the time I get to the airport, and I just won't have to suffer for 6 hours of agony with my back and my knees and my feet and all my other problems. I know John C. was kind enough to volunteer to drive me to the airport. So
I don't have a
I thank you
license.
for
That would
that.
be
Well, that's
terrible.
all right. We won't tell anyone.
It only matters if I get pulled over.
Exactly. You got to get caught before you can get in trouble, right? Does anyone think Christian has a chance to win tonight? I've got to hear this. John, yeah. Dave is a big John C. fan. Well, Dave, we're glad you enjoyed it. John C. doesn't work cheap, believe me. Unlike that other stiff, Captain Lou, that just vanished like a thief in the night.
I've eaten hundreds of cents.
I thought you were going to say you ate John C. 100 or Lou 100 times. That was going to sound wrong.
Victor's recommending 100 milligram edibles. It's a good start.
But I need something that I can get easy access to. I don't want to have to go looking, searching.
A lot of places have, a lot of dispensaries have edibles.
Is there any place around here that you can think of that has it? Right in downtown Melrose?
In downtown Melrose?
Yeah.
No.
You have to go to that place on 99?
Yeah, there. I don't know if there's a dispensary in Saugus near you. Closer to you, at least.
Well, maybe Linda will have to go for me. Yeah, that'd go over good. Pieces, mini cookies. I mean, these are cookies. I mean,
Oh yeah, they can.
they've got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, they can make anything an edible. Gummy bears, cookies, brownies, obviously the famous one. Because you can take the oil and you can like mix it into butter.
Mix it into butter.
Yeah, the THC oil.
Now, wait a minute, Fox Guy, you saying that you like John C. better than Lou and Socko?
Oh my.
Troy, you're right. This has been a very long pay-per-view. We also did a watch-along for you guys for next Sunday in case the internet in Vegas isn't so hot. So we didn't want to leave you hanging because we love you. So if you give me some CBD oil tips, I'd really appreciate
You
it.
should get a PO box and just have them all sent CBD.
Hell with it. Mail it to the studio. I don't give a shit. Right here. Let's see. We'll produce for CBD oil. 360 Main Street. There's nothing illegal about that, right?
No.
Then you know what? Send it right here, baby.
It's a legal substance. You're
Yeah,
allowed to
all right, I'll take it.
e-beg for it.
Is that what I'm doing, begging? I don't think Southwest, they offer the drinks anymore.
I don't know if they have booze. Is that
A
what you're
lot
saying?
of the airlines don't now because the passengers have gone nuts about masks and things like that. So they're trying to tame anger, I guess, is the best way to put it.
I flew Southwest to Phoenix, and I think they had drinks.
You know, I'm going to look right now.
We went from, oh my God, it was a nightmare. We went from Logan to Chicago Midway. But as soon as we got on our flight to there, our flight from Midway to Phoenix was canceled.
Oh,
So when we landed, we had to run to get a flight that took off 5 minutes after
well, see,
our connection landed.
I just take the wheelchair, so I let them do the running. You know what I mean?
That's fair. We actually did put our dad in a wheelchair.
Oh, looks like they are bringing. Wait a minute. No, I'm not 100% sure. Oh no, Southwest has brought it back. It looks like on May 20th. So that's good.
Yeah, we flew in July, so yeah. By the way, if you send CBD, it's to order of Dan Maloney.
Or Morella, according to
Morella.
Tony Atlas.
Oh.
I'm more interested in these alcoholic beverages than I am the actual pay-per-view
Oh
at
wow,
this
they're
point.
in like perfect sync there. Missed it. Oh.
Well, Christian made his comeback for the first time in several years. I think 7 years back in January. So he's also another one that had quite a bit of time off. And now is back inside the squared circle, John. See, are you impressed?
I'm sorry, I was watching.
I apologize.
I was paying too much attention.
Christian, at the age of 47, I believe, came back for the first time in 7 years earlier in January. And then WWE didn't sign him to a contract, so he came to AEW.
Oh no, Kenny Omega isn't looking too hot right now.
No, it's early on.
Yeah.
60-minute time limit, I'm sure. It's a championship match.
Do they normally go to 60 minutes? Or?
No.
Okay.
Almost 99.9% of the time, no. But that was always the old school time limit, so they still abide by it, which I think is a nice throwback.
There we go.
Usually a good title match will go 20 minutes or so, in one man's opinion.
So who's the guy in the pink suit?
That is Don Callis that I was asked about. He is kind of
he's a
the
manager?
manager/aide of Kenny Omega. Dan, I just sent.
Pulling something
There
out.
are some there.
Oh, a table.
Victor, I don't even know how to use that Instagram. I'm going to have to talk to our good friend Dave Willis Carter. Oh, was right on that one. But Somerville isn't too far away.
Oh, he hurt himself too.
It isn't ballet, as we like to say, John C. I have a feeling this is going to be a very long, stressful week for me. But then again, what week's on? Now, where is the watch along? I'd just like to be able to finish booking the talent that we're going to interview in Las Vegas, then get all the equipment and whatnot ready, then get all the interviews ready, then get my CBD oil ready, and then go. I have a feeling it won't be that easy because I'm involved.
Never is.
And we got John Cena Sr. coming in this week with the piece.
Oh. Now those tables are dense.
Dense tables.
Yeah, those like particle board wooden tables.
Have you ever been suplexed on a table?
I have not.
No.
I'd love the honor.
Well, maybe November 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose.
Victor Murphy wants to know when you arrive in the city of sin.
Saturday around, I think about 2:30.
Sorry, Lynn is the city of sin. Las Vegas is Sin City.
Well, I'm sorry. In Sin City, I get them confused sometimes. Granted, there is a lot to do in Lynn, but maybe not as much as Las Vegas. Oh, I got to deal with the print. This is going to be a not-so week. The printers, the
All right,
pictures.
Dave Kruger, good night.
Dave, it was a pleasure to have you with us, our friend. I guess he's not interested in the main event. The one thing about AEW's pay-per-views, while I like that they're only spread out 4 a year, I think they should either stop them at 7 or they should cut them back to 3 hours. One man's opinion.
Ooh.
Even though John C. is impressed that Kenny Omega came out dressed as a video game character at one point.
Good night, Phil.
Phil's leaving too?
Yeah,
Jesus, Phil.
it's late.
All right. Well, and I think that's a problem with all of their pay-per-views. Who's Dave? Yeah, John C. and Dan, but I don't know about Dave.
My boss's name is Dave.
Dave Willis Carter, but I mean, like I said, we know what he's looking for tonight. Yeah, when the shows get over too late for fans, I think WWE's pay-per-views get over too late. Never mind these. Granted, tomorrow is a holiday, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a little late for some people, in my opinion. But what do I
Some people
know?
might want to get up and do something with their extra day off, you know?
It'll be 102 degrees on Saturday. Oh, believe me, Victor, I'm watching. I'm ready for the pool, baby.
And
That'll be my first stop to loosen the old back up.
in Vegas or not here, right?
Oh, no, in Vegas, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say it's been pretty cool here lately. It's been beautiful the past
You like
few
it
days.
like that?
Oh yeah, like low
Now-
60s. Oh my god.
Now, do you have to walk to the rug store every day?
No, not every day.
You get rides sometimes.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I tell you what, Jackie the Joke Man never needed a ride.
I don't think he'd have a long commute.
Maybe one of those stair lifts for
Yeah.
the elderly.
Well, Jackie the Joke Man enjoyed Marty on Friday. He was amusing him with his humor.
Everyone loves Marty though.
Have you seen Jackie?
Lately?
Yeah.
I mean, I see him all the time walking in and out.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Does he have to go through the rug store?
No.
Oh,
There's a door that's like almost hidden.
a hidden door.
Not hidden, but like it's like tucked back and it looks like a service door or something. It's weird.
Do all the jokers go in that way or just him?
Just him.
Really? The rest of the family doesn't use it?
No, they use it.
They what?
His dad uses it.
Oh. Well,
Thanks, Phil. He's telling us
good job, John. Thank you, Dave. Dave. I'm calling you Dave because you called me Dave. Thank you, Phil. We appreciate you getting the wrench, expanding your responsibilities here now that really consist of nothing, but they're a big help nonetheless. Could this be it?
Oh,
No?
right on the tailbone.
Right on the tailbone, though. I felt that one.
Oh,
I want to know if there is anyone that thinks that Christian has a chance tonight.
I missed that. That was rough.
I think the answer is 0. I think they should have put Punk on last, but that's one man's opinion. Robert R. I live in Vegas. I wish I could be there. You should join the Cauliflower Alley Club, Robert. Other than when I take the kids to Orlando, it's my favorite city. Favorite city. Have you ever been to Vegas, John C?
Never.
Your type of place. I'd love you here.
I do love the video game Fallout New Vegas. That takes place in the area, obviously. Sure, in an alternate history 200 years in the future, but...
I could only imagine what Las Vegas would look like. Don the Barber, what are you going to Vegas for next week? And where have you been hiding, brother? It's 11:30. We've been waiting for you all night. Dan, we can take care of your CRPS. How are you going to take care of my CRPS? I've been trying since 2008. Articulator, I don't think you're going to see Brian slid in to make it a triple threat. They just did that at WrestleMania. But it'll be interesting to see if they bring him out to help set up the main event for the next pay-per-view.
Oh.
WSOP. I'm not sure what WSOP is, Don the Barber. Is that a hair grooming thing? Well, username, I wish I was in San Antonio. I'd come and pay you a visit if you know how to do anything to try and even moderate CRPS. I've tried every procedure. I've tried every medicine, short of cutting my legs off.
Wow.
Oh, the World Series of Poker. Okay. And when is that, Don? What day?
Oh.
Are you a poker player, John C?
So,
Oh, yes, to some degree.
some degree.
Really?
One time, some of my friends invited me over to play,
Yeah.
and they thought it was a great idea if they all took a bunch of gimmick beforehand.
Really?
And I got there a little bit late after they had already taken it.
So they were high when they started playing
Oh,
poker.
yeah.
All right.
I came in with $20, and I think I left with 70.
You won?
Yeah.
Well, even better. Even better.
And I'm not amazing at poker.
I couldn't even begin to tell you how to play. I know how to play war.
And then I've played a lot of it in video games, like Red Dead Redemption, poker. That's a lot of fun.
User, believe it or not, sometimes it can even affect an elbow, a shoulder. I had it in my left thumb a couple of times this summer. It's usually in either one knee, two knees, 1 foot, both feet, if that makes any sense. I don't think there is anyone in this venue that believes Christian Cage can pull it off, unless maybe his mother's there. But I do agree with what you said, Mark. There is something missing there. I don't know if he had decided to go to WWE, if he would have reached the level he is at here in AEW.
Oh, I just realized his facial hair looks like an omega.
You think that's where he got the idea from?
No, I think he did it because it's like, he's got the down
The
here,
mutton
and then
chops.
it skips here,
Yeah.
and then it goes around into a mustache.
Which is Harley Race back in '82. John C. and Matt Damon, Round is 2.
Matt Damon. Huh. Is Rounders a movie?
It is a movie, believe it or not.
I've never heard of it.
Jesus, see, for Christ's sakes.
Well, I am a fan of John C. Reilly. I really like Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule, his Adult Swim show.
Did you ever realize at some point you'd become him?
Never.
No. Still a little peeved with Cecil the Lion about what he said to Mrs. Riley.
I still don't know what he means.
What?
How he means you're a con man. I forget what the beef was that set you two apart.
You know, that's kind of a good question. What did set it off? He was just in one of his moods about something, and I get tired of his attitude. And he was very offended that his mother said that he was the face of autism. And I said, maybe your mother's right. Maybe you really are the face of autism. And he tried to start some trouble down here at the studio as a result of it. But, you know, when you have as many levels of mentally challenged thoughts and retardation as he has, unfortunately, those are the things that are bound to happen. Well, just let your mother know that you have someone using those machines to cut the cheese in ham that's using cocaine. Maybe she should be a little more concerned about that. Knob set it off. What did I miss? The key is to shut the affected nerve off minimally for 3 days. So when the nerve turns back on, resets back to 0. That'd be half my body username. Now, are you talking about during a CRPS flare-up or just in general? Because there's so many different affected areas at different times. It's ridiculous. No, not the kill switch. Looks like he's just going to get killed.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll say this. Christian is making an excellent showing of himself tonight.
Well,
speared him through the table.
Hurt his rib in the process.
John C. buys a zoo. I wonder what that means.
I think that's more of the Matt Damon.
Oh, from the movie?
Yeah. Where he buys a zoo called We Bought a Zoo.
Oh, I see. I like some of those camera angles they're using.
Yeah.
Don Callis looks like a giant piece of bubble gum walking around ringside. It's very unique to find someone that even knows what CRPS is username. Most people look at me like I'm talking about alphabet soup.
Well, if you're a nerve specialist.
No. You should see some of my experiences in the emergency room.
He looks like a Patrick Starr naked.
Who does?
The manager.
How do you know what he looks like naked?
Patrick Starr?
Yeah.
He's naked in the SpongeBob movie.
Oh, I didn't know Patrick had a last name.
Yeah, he's a starfish.
Oh, I know who he is. I never knew he had a last name. He wants the championship gold. What a story it would be if at the age of 47, John C., he was to walk away with the title.
That would be wild.
Yeah. He got a great scouting report, apparently, on that one. He didn't know it was coming, even though he's been using it for the better part of 22 years. He was going to catch him off guard with it. Whoops. His back is in worse shape than mine.
Ooh. Oh. Oh.
That's what I'd like to
Two.
do to Cecil right about now.
Oh, it's a stem cell treatment, Dan.
Now, I don't know if my insurance is going to cover that,
That's very true.
but it sure sounds pretty good to me if it works. I've been only looking since 2008.
Oh.
We're asking Don the Barber if he's related to Brutus the Barber. I don't know about that. Don, what day do you leave for Vegas for this World Series of poker? I don't think he's going to turn the corner, see. He's got quite the lash on the middle of his stomach from that table spot. Callis is calling for someone.
Oh.
Carl Anderson. Now you'd think they'd just send them in for the disqualification and then Omega would retain the title, but I've never understood that spot. Oh, wait a minute. See, victory roll? No. Could this be it with the kill switch, John C? Too slow to roll him over, I think.
Oh.
Too slow to roll him over. These men have been through hell. Fatigue has been setting in on me for hours, but that's all right because we love what we do here in Boston Wrestling. It feels like it's been a war sitting through it. They're right.
Who knows? Maybe it'll go to 60 minutes.
No, I don't think they have enough cable time. But a good match nonetheless. If they just got rid of two of the matches from earlier in the show, and this is the hokiness that I don't like. If someone interferes like that, he should be thrown out of the ring area.
It's kept my interest most of the time, which is...
This show has kept your interest?
At least this match.
You weren't like Lou that ran from the building like a thief in the night?
No.
Do you think he should have the name Captain taken from him?
I don't know.
Potentially.
Oh.
Oh, and a high risk. He's going for his finisher. Ooh.
Oh.
I think this could be it. Well, John C., I know you're thrilled that Kenny Omega has retained
I predicted it correctly.
the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, while Christian Cage remains the Impact Wrestling World Champion. And Don Callis still looks like bubblegum. Well, that was a great main event. I just think the only problem was no one, and I mean no one, thought Christian had a fighting chance.
Not even me, and I don't know anything.
Will we see the debut of Daniel Bryan, a.k.a. Bryan Daniels' son, before the event ends? Or will they save that for one of their fine television programs as we get a little more buffering here at All Out? You'd think the buffering would be all out at this point, but
There's always more.
there's always more, apparently, as they like to say. I'm almost going to say after another few seconds, maybe to give it the old refresh. No, wait, no. Who do we got? Now the Young Bucks out to see their friend, Kenny Omega. Tough night for the Young Bucks after they had that tag team steel cage war where they lost the AEW Tag Team Championship. You got the Good Brothers in there, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Christian just lays there, crushed, deflated, defeated. All right, you'd have to think someone's going to do a run-in at this point. Who's it going to be, John? Will we see Daniel Bryan, formerly of WWE? No. Instead, it's people no one really going to be all that excited to see, as you can tell by the crowd reaction. If a man dressed as a giant dinosaur and a half midget.
Yeah, Jericho's match already happened, username.
You're a little late to the party, brother, but Chris Jericho is still active. David, you should be thrilled. Omega came away with the W. Seems like they have some kind of finale in store for us, John C.
I see.
I'm just guessing. I don't know. No one. No. They've captured my attention with what's going to happen next. That's a cold thing to say. Wait, what? Out went the lights. Oh, wow. A little bit of a curveball right there. Adam Cole, not Daniel Bryan. Adam Cole recently of WWE NXT made the big jump. His contract expired. His girlfriend was the dentist woman earlier in the night. I don't know if you were out here for that, but he left WWE and went to AEW. Good for him, if that's what his heart desired.
I don't think I was out here for the dentist woman.
Well, that's his lady love in real life. Well, I wasn't expecting this tonight. Everybody expected it to be the night of Daniel Bryan, but I think that makes their TV shows all the more compelling in the weeks to come. They were just screaming Adam Cole, baby, in case you didn't understand that, John C.
I heard asshole, baby.
Oh, that'd be for Annie if she was out. But wait a minute, is he turning heel? Oh, surprise there.
Oh.
Nice little swerve. Well, I know WWE was disappointed to lose him. They made from what I was told, a very aggressive offer to try and keep him as we buffer again. But what an interesting surprise to end the show. I got to say, I'm impressed. Everyone thought it was going to be the night of Daniel Bryan, and instead, you get Adam Cole. Well, maybe we'll still see Daniel Bryan. Who knows? What? No? And there is the former Daniel Bryan in WWE now. I'm going to guess Bryan Danielson. Correct. Wow, what a way to go off the air, John C. double whammy for WWE. 2 big losses in one night. As we filter, what's the term again? Buffer. Are we buffering?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're not losing too much sleep over it. But Daniel Bryan was in one of the co-main events of WrestleMania this year. I'm sure you've heard of WrestleMania.
Yes.
Well, for them to lose a star of that magnitude is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
The plot has thickened. What a week it's going to be in AEW.
So what channel is AEW with?
It is on TNT Wednesday nights at 8 and then Friday nights at 10. And they also have 2 very lengthy YouTube programs on Monday and Tuesday. But Daniel Bryan, he actually competed for us at Memorial Hall when he was the WWE United States champion. So this is a monster, 2 big pickups in one night for AEW. I have to say, I'm ultra impressed, John C. For an event that I thought lagged a little bit at certain times tonight, what a very memorable ending.
Yeah, I think they made you wait for it.
They wanted us to wait this long, you think? Well, the dinosaur is still there as backup, just in case. A dinosaur, an alien, a dentist. Got some 95 WWF in there, along with some great talent of 2021. Christian Cage, great effort. Daniel Bryan in a place where he can excel. Adam Cole doing something fresh and new. Look at all those phones. I think the fans got the value for their money tonight, Johnny C. I got to be honest. Now, as someone that has never seen a wrestling show quite like this, what would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10, John C?
I'd say that this is a solid 7. But maybe, who knows, the more I watch of wrestling, the higher it'll get.
Yeah, there were some parts that really dragged early on, in my opinion. But, when you give them a hell of an ending like that, even if you really had...
No clue.
Well, no, I think the average... Well, the diehard fan knew that these surprises were coming, but maybe not in rapid order, one after each other to end the show. But I just thought there were a couple of kind of parts of the show that dragged. But overall, when you give them an ending like that, I think you have to give it a very, very, very strong 7, if not higher than that. And you know what? I'm proud of AEW. I think they put together a very valiant effort, fans. John C. is going to go head to the back now to cut the live feed. Before we go, real quick, give us scale of 1 to 10 in the Premier Chat. And, of course, the Super Chats are open.
Also tell us which co-host was better tonight.
Hey, which co-host was better tonight, Captain Lou or John C.? No, Screaming Baboon. That was not the little Dutch boy. That was John C. Riley. Robert R., I've seen a lot of bad shows, brother. Username, Punk was victorious. Real quick, guys, before he cuts the feed, tell us. Scale of 1 to 10. I'm giving it a 7+. I thought that was a heck of a way to go off the air tonight. And, of course, we'll be talking about it on our talk shows this week. Oscar is in Chi-Town right now.
Right,
Yeah, said John C. was a 10. John, are we ready to cut, buddy?
You ready?
All right, wrestling fans, it was a pleasure to have you with us tonight. Don't forget, tickets are on sale when we go back to the 80s. Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose, less than 10 weeks away. Get your VIP packages now at bostonwrestling.com. For all the information on the event, the autographs, the post photos, the VIP exclusive Q&A session, all that great stuff, along with a hot night of in-ring action. There's only one place you're going to want to be. The Patreon is alive and kicking. If you want more wrestling tonight, patreon.com/Boston Wrestling for literally hundreds of studio shoot interview DVDs for my partners in crime, Captain Lou, John C. Riley. I'm Dan Marty. We'll see you tomorrow night after Monday Night Raw with Oscar's Monday Night Mission. Good night from Boston.